It's like how LaCroix is.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello. We're going to go ahead
Thanks
and get
for the
started.
warning, Keith.
I thought you guys saw me reaching for the
Well,
button.
first of
Apparently
all,
not.
sometimes you do an intro, and you can see that on the computer, so we all can, like, be quiet. And
Right,
then
right.
sometimes you just like, and we're immediately in.
Hit the button and just come right into it.
Or you
So,
say nothing and we're like, oh, really?
we are running a little bit behind. Apologies for that. We had some dripping going on.
Oh no, it's
and-
not your fault.
Yeah,
it's the house that's leaking.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of back stuff going on. So apologies for being late. But this is Casual Cactus. This is the Glassbreakers Guild, and we are going to be playing D&D tonight. We've got
good.
most everybody around the table.
Curious what's going on.
We've
Who are
got
we?
we've got all of our regulars around the table. We do have our
Jeff.
our extra for a little bit with us. He was here
What's up,
last week. He'll be with us. Not real sure how long, but we'll see.
2 months.
About 2 months. So,
He's on a 90-day probationary period. We'll see how it goes after that.
So we're still kind of waiting to see how he blends with the rest of the party. But we're here. We're just gonna have some fun playing D&D and bringing you guys along for the ride. Hope you are hope you're buckled in because it's gonna be interesting. A few quick reminders as we get started here tonight. All of the video content we create does go onto our YouTube channel. It's not a custom, so just go to YouTube, search for Casual Cactus. Casual with a C, Cactus with a K, all smushed together as one word. You should be able to find us. All of the video content that we've ever created has gone up onto that site. I think at this point we are also caught up, so everything is up there. If you want to go check out back episodes, catch up the last couple of weeks or so, or whatever, and see what you're in for. Maybe not tonight since we're live, but later you can check it out. While you're over there, if you haven't already, ring the bell icon, hit the notifications so that you'll always know when new content goes up. We do also have a Discord server up and running, and we use that mainly to let you guys know if there are any changes to the schedule. We all have real lives. Stuff happens. Sometimes we have to postpone and or cancel, and the Discord server is going to be our best method of letting you guys know when we have to do that. So be sure you are tuned in to that. Standard rules apply. Be nice, be polite. We're all here to have fun. We're all friends, family, whatever. Just be nice, but get tuned into that, and you'll always know if we ever have to change the schedule for any reason whatsoever. I know we have some new dice trays around the table. So gonna lean in and just give a shout out to Wyvern Warfare. If you guys want to sort of hold those up real quick and just show them off.
So this
Beautiful burlwood and resin dice trays, all custom jobs. There are 4 of them around the table, and 3 of them came from a naming contest. So
This is Violet Void.
Violet Void.
What did I call this one?
Kraken's Keep.
Kraken's Keep. Thank you.
And blood wine.
And blood wine. And
Millions
so we'll
of entries.
so all of those are available from Wyvern's Warfare. Really, really cool guys. They're local to Utah. We thought we would just give them a little quick shout out here since they were so kind as to award them to 3 of my players. That's it, I think, for the announcements I have. Does anyone else have anything announcement-wise we want to go through real quick? If not, we will roll the intro and come back for the recap.
And him.
There was a lot of
So, who wants to go through the very quick recap for what happened last week?
I can do the first bit.
Okay.
The camera loves you. The camera loves you so much it does not want to see Lance.
Oh?
Oh, Yeah, it's pointing directly at me.
Yeah,
I can fix that.
checking cameras, Keith.
I can fix that. I just have to remember which one that is.
Okay, so we started out with Killian and Cabbage heading to parlay with the monks. Mal has a bad idea with Milo and Dells. Simi and Tommy head to the Shaggin. At this point, we cut to Jeff's stuff. We sort of meet Tobago and see what's going on with him. He is a soldier waking up in the aftermath. He is traumatized. He skips town. JK, he goes into town and tries to be sneaky to resupply. He resupplies. Back at the Shaggin, Simi catches up before Mal leaves, and they have to BS to get her to not know their plan. Because of Steven's roles, it goes poorly. She smells it. But Simi has the wish curse thing. The bull.
So much bull.
But amidst all this, they see a blip on the sand table they prepare. Killian and Cabbage talk to Master Rain. It goes well. Milo approaches the 8-foot blip. It is Tobago, and that's where I stopped taking notes.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest involved a lot of kicking trees and angry yelling.
There's a lot of dialogue.
Pretty much.
There was a
I
lot
will
of
never
dialogue.
watch that episode.
As someone who did watch that episode back,
You're a brave man. Well, then again.
people expressed their opinions on morality, and there were some disagreements,
Yes.
and those disagreements have yet to be fully resolved.
Then face spiders.
Yeah, and then phase
And then
spiders
phase spiders,
attacked.
that's
That's where we
right.
ended. Is phase spiders attacked?
spiders. Because of you.
Not that any of you know that.
That's true.
Not yet.
So I kind of lied. I said we were gonna go straight into.
No, go away, David.
So, actually, I haven't
is
seen
he here?
David. Is David here?
Here.
If David is not here, I haven't seen him.
He's not here. We can't do it.
Okay, so never mind.
I'll make a call to the power grid. Turn off the power.
So we might have
the house.
a flavored soda to be trying
what
later
flavor
tonight,
is this?
but
Chocolate.
Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli
No,
chocolate.
it's gonna be bad.
I've tried
feel
flavored
like
one.
I'm upset how nice the
a lot of
bottle
them.
Not
looks.
good.
It's
chocolate
Ghirardelli,
always the
so
worst.
I don't know. We'll see.
Dirt.
We'll see.
I would
Dirt.
Buffalo sauce.
In that case,
In that case.
in
In
that
case,
case, since we're going to put that off, I'm going to start off the night by having all of you guys
Yep.
roll for initiative.
Anyone?
No, that's not great.
Oh,
Oh no!
it's a brazzle.
I'm gonna die.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that song in eternity.
Danny, you're gonna have to carry my carcass back to the Shaggin.
Oh, that's right. You're tapped out, aren't you?
He's not even wearing.
I'm not
armor.
wearing any armor either.
Oh no.
This is a 40 hit point boy at best.
Oh no.
44.
I forgot you leveled up.
I'm an artificer. And multiclassed as a paladin. I have a -2 in my constitution score.
Oh jeez.
I just think of you as like a tank because
Right, and when I'm in my armor, I can be.
If Killian lives through this,
Killian is not in his armor right now.
then he is never ever going to take off his armor again, and he is going to smell so bad.
Okay.
You need to get like a smoking jacket armor.
I'll be like, what's that smell? And he'll be like, survival.
in our other campaign, there was one character that never took off his helmet.
Oh,
He
yeah.
ate all his food through a straw.
Oh, the hat hair and the smell.
Yeah. 44.
I forgot you leveled up.
And hey, I've got a 13 AC.
Yeah, and
Basically an
I'm
NPC.
pretty sure it's a con save to deal with the poison, so...
That's actually okay. Con save is one of the ones I have my.
So we will start
bonus
here.
in, so.
15.
Okay.
That's good.
Not for her.
Steph,
Oh, an unnatural 20.
unnatural 20.
19.
19.
I go before you.
5.
22.
I
Okay.
want to go first.
21.
What?
What did you roll?
7
Alrighty then.
with the bonus.
Okay. So that means that we are going to go with cabbage. So, just a reminder to set the stage. Sini and Killian have gone off away from the rest of everybody. And while you guys were sort of finishing up and getting ready for the evening, there was sudden movement in the camp, and 3 phase spiders popped out. They went after.
Is it only 3? I thought there was 4.
Like Sini took the first one.
Well, it was 3. There's one where we are, and then there were 2 that.
And I'm
Are
trying to
over in the
remember
Shagan.
who they went after.
Myself,
Sure.
Simi, and
And they tried to hit me but failed.
yeah.
Ah, that's where it
Me,
was.
Simi,
It
and,
Where am
was.
I?
You're in the shaggin.
I'm safe.
Yeah, so it was Mao.
She's like, this is all that
And-
matters.
I was in the shaggin, so there's one in here with us.
What? Well, let me finish my drink and then we'll talk.
So yeah, it was Mao, it was you, and it was Tommy? I think were the 3.
That they attacked?
Yeah,
Are there 3 in the shaggin?
3. So there's 3 at the shack, and there's 1 with you and Simi.
Okay, then I think it was those 3 that they attacked.
Yeah. So, and somebody actually took damage, but only one person.
Wasn't me.
No,
Was it me?
Uh,
No, it wasn't me.
Or maybe they all missed.
I think they all
I thought-
missed because I didn't get it.
I thought Matt
I don't have any
taking
down.
damage.
Okay. So they all phased in,
They were
but
trying to
and made
purpose.
swipes, but they all missed. So, yeah.
Wait, what? Didn't somebody have to make a con save though, and then got hit by the poison, or didn't get hit by the poison?
I thought that was from the.
I don't know, DM, decide whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any marked down hit.
If nobody's got anything marked down, I mean, I thought
I thought somebody got hit.
Let me check.
I thought it
Let
was-
me just heal 1 and see if it was me.
Yeah, I thought somebody got hit.
I
But
thought it
No,
might have been
it's not me.
Tommy.
I-
Honestly,
I don't know because we weren't in initiative. at
we
that
weren't in
point.
initiative.
That was a
It was like
surprise
right at the
thing.
very end. I would have
I thought you
to.
said you watched this.
yeah, I didn't watch all the way to the end. I watched up to the point where I went outside to talk with Simi, and after that, I know the gist of what happened.
What
I didn't need
happened
to
with
review.
you? Yeah.
Apparently.
I don't remember, so we will I guess assume that.
Oh no, poor Jerry got killed.
Not
Poor
Jerry.
Jerry.
It was
We
one of
knew- we
the.
knew
It was
it
one of the
was
horses.
I'll take the
No,
damage.
where's Jerry? Throw Jerry out. It's fine.
And I should have watched to the end to remember, because I don't have it written down either. But okay,
Well,
so
there's another option here, Keith. You could just roll 3 attacks, 1 for each of them, and see if any of them hit.
It's true.
I could.
Dang it, Lance!
Well, I mean, it's not. Yeah.
So we're
So the problem with this is more than one of them hit.
Dang it, Lance! Words. Why?
So we won't worry about any residual damage from last
I
time,
mean, the
and we will
alternative was
just
he could have
start.
decided one of us got hit.
We won't worry about it because I don't remember and my brain is not helping me out. We'll start with a fresh slate, and it is Cabbage's turn. There are now 3 of these phase spiders that you have seen. Have you seen them before?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Is that ringing a bell?
Actually,
That does. They might not have. Oh, we have.
was Cabbage at the Cobalt Game?
Yes.
Then no.
Yes, she was.
I don't think she was.
Natalie may not have been here.
But
Cabbage was there.
Okay.
No, she was downriver.
Yeah, she was downriver.
Oh gosh, dang it.
Oh yes,
I
she was downriver
Okay.
because After we get to
Phase
Cave,
spiders.
we met-
Yes.
They're-
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
They're
So,
giant white and blue.
Giant white and blue spiders.
They can phase it.
They can phase in and out of reality.
Hence
They're
the
bad.
name.
I don't
Oh,
remember.
not FEY.
No. FHASE. Phase.
Phase
Got
spider.
it. Okay.
So there are 3 of those now in the camp.
Can't escape.
One of them just took a swipe at Mal. One of them just took a swipe at Milo. One of them just took a swipe at Tommy.
Okay.
And it is your turn.
Okay.
Face spiders.
I
Different
was
kind
a
of
lot more
spider.
horrified.
Face.
It's the thing from Avatar that steals faces.
Oh, no.
Is that in a new Avatar?
No, the
No,
cartoon
Last
kid
Airbender.
show.
Oh,
the good one.
Wait, were you,
I've never seen
Were you
either.
referencing the movie?
I've never
He
seen
was.
either, so
Okay.
yeah.
Good.
There is no Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
And Ba Sing Se.
What are you talking about?
I don't
Avatar
know.
the-
Fever Dream.
Yeah, it's fine.
Avatar
Alright.
the Fever Dream.
Avatar:
Okay.
The Fever Dream. Exactly right.
Okay. How close am I to any of them?
I mean, it's you can get to any of
If
them
all
you
3
want
of them
to.
are in the Shaggin, you're pretty
Oh,
close.
they're in the Shaggin?
Yeah, they're in here.
Yeah,
with
they're
us.
in there.
But
with
we're
you.
like open up Shaggin.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah,
like the.
but they're
Okay,
still
but they're in
they
the-
take up a 10 by 10
Okay,
space.
so
Like, they're
somebody is
big.
flanking. Neat.
Are they just like crawling through, like feet on the floor, feet on the wall, like through the shaggin?
I mean, I assumed that there's at least one of them maybe outside.
Or on the table.
Yeah, like I mean they're
How big are they?
in
Not my
proximity.
They're like
They
take
they
up
are
a
large
10 foot
creatures.
by 10 foot space.
They are large
They're big.
creatures.
How big is the shaggin?
Not that big.
Oh my gosh,
Let me
it's
pull up my
crowding me.
map.
It's crowding me.
No,
One
it's,
of them
it's
is
crowded.
Oh my gosh.
Does a 21 hit?
21
So-
is going to hit. Yes. Which one are you going after?
Whichever one is closest to me.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so that will be the one on Tommy.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, math.
Uh huh.
Five, 6.
And this one.
That's 5, yeah. Remember 12.
Okay.
Oh,
My list of sluts.
your list of sluts. I forgot about that. It makes
I
me
just
so
like the
happy.
fact that Keith had to write that.
Yes.
This is my only note from the whole thing. My notes.
And the lovely partial rendering of
28 points of damage.
Toblerone.
Okay.
Toblerone.
I just
I
That's
like
wonderful.
I'm not gonna remember his name.
So it
It's
sort of
25 by 30
shudders.
feet.
No, we can definitely call him
Wow.
Toblerone.
So it sort of
Go down,
shudders
go
as you strike it, but it is still very much alive.
Okay.
That will take us to Mal.
Alright.
If you are done.
What was yours?
Unnatural 20.
For
I rolled a 21.
Yeah, it was a 21.
yeah, no, that's fine. Actually, bonus action disengage.
Okay.
So where are you going?
I'm stepping to the right.
Lock the door!
I am just getting out of range, but close enough that I can go back in and.
Alright, so. You're in the shaggin with us.
Am I?
You're in the
I'm
shaggin.
in
The
the
only,
shaggin.
the only
Everyone
people that
but
are not in the
Simi
shaggin
and
is Simi and
Killian are there.
Killian.
Yeah, because there was just a bunch in the tree.
Yep.
Are you sure I'm not in? I don't think I'm in there.
Yeah, you are.
We sent you in so we could
Whooped.
talk about you.
Did you not want to be part of the shaggin?
I just assumed I was sleeping on the ground like
Wait,
No.
near
no,
the
you're
fire.
part of the
We
game.
don't have a fire.
He can
Because you
be
took my rocks.
outside. He can be outside.
Yeah, like if you want to be
If you
outside,
wanna
but like
be.
no,
That's
we,
just
we
what
let
I
you
had.
in. If you wanted to be in, there's cots.
So you
Let's
just
say- let's say
you
I'm
see
not-
this cozy little mobile home, and then all of a sudden,
It
like,
starts
trees
it starts
flares.
shaking.
When the shaggin starts shaking,
Alright, so of the two of you, I
Rocket
imagine that
Poop
Dells is
knocking.
the squishier. So I'm going to.
Now you do also have one that just tried to attack you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hero complex,
I
remember?
care not about
Also, a lot of
Okay.
hit points. So I'm going to move, and I assume. Well, I don't know how much space we actually have in here, but I'm going to try to block off Dells from getting hit so that she can do her magic without getting hit.
Are you a dwarf?
Yeah.
So he blocks half of my body.
Hey, that's half cover.
Partial cover.
I imagine that you could maneuver anyone you wanted into a corner so that they have, like...
Yeah.
Nobody
and
puts
go to
honestly,
your
it's
corner,
tight
Dells.
enough in here. It's probably not even going to get an opportunity attack. As you
Okay.
move.
Yeah, I'm just trying to block Dells because your spells, a lot of them will require concentration, and if you get hit, you might drop it. So I will try to block you off.
Are you dwarf-splaining my
So
spells?
are you doing anything but
I'm not
that?
talking, I'm just moving, and then I'm going to drop a shadow where I was, and then we're going to start making some attacks.
Okay.
So I will pop in my sword. Oh wait, that's a bonus action, isn't it? Never mind, no shadow, just sword.
Okay.
Okay, well, does a 6 plus 7 is 13?
13 just hits.
Oh, okay, well, we have a hit and a crit.
Okay.
So that would be
That actually means 3 of these.
Any particular one that you're targeting?
whichever one is closest. Doesn't really matter to me.
Okay.
So that's that first. The crit is going to be 2 plus 4 is 6. Plus 8 is 14.
I saw the
Okay.
gear get stuck.
Yep. And then the other one is 10 damage.
So 24 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good deal. That will bring us around to Dells.
Yay!
Unless you have anything else that you're doing. Mal.
No, sorry.
Okay.
Yay! Okay. Am I in a corner?
Do you want to be in the
Is your
corner?
name baby?
Because then no.
Okay.
I don't know. Can anybody put Dells in a corner?
Does anybody really want to try?
Okay, so I am looking at like it's
Top
like
of
a
Mal's
common
head
room.
and everything else.
Like a dwarven head. So it's like a common room with it's just a giant. It's just. a
I mean,
big
it's more
spider.
like an RV.
It's an RV. I am more towards the fold-out kitchen table.
Probably.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want Lance to understand that I was about to pull out my 100-foot long lightning bolt, and then I was like, oh, I might destroy the Shagan. So there's some character growth there.
That is great. No.
I don't know. We just have to patch the hole. The whole thing's fireproof.
I'm gonna
But
go
it's
ahead.
not lightning proof.
Oof, all this. This will just destroy the inside of it.
You don't have any giant perch to help you?
I'm going to use mirror image.
Okay.
So 3 more of me pop out.
Wait.
Oh, yep.
Wherever there's so many Delses. Yes.
And
So I
shuffle,
have.
shuffle.
There's 4 Dells.
They just
Oh,
dance.
there are 4 of them.
And I'm like,
I
who's
imagine
doing
all
what?
of them are just like in
So
sync.
that you can't tell who's doing the spell.
Except spiders don't care.
The Macarena.
Oh my gosh, no, it's Camp Rock.
It's gonna be
Like,
awkward if the spiders are
Camp
just like,
Rock.
I can smell
Yeah,
you.
I know what you're I know which one.
All right. So you cast mirror image on yourself. There are now 4 Dells in the Shagan.
4 Dells. That was an action, so that's kind of all that I also shriek. Spiders.
All of them?
Spiders!
All of them?
I
Well, it
think
only comes out of one of their mouths, but
And then I'm like,
But all of them,
And I
yeah,
got,
all
like,
of them look like they
blister.
shriek spiders.
Okay, good.
Ooh, which one is it? Ooh.
Exactly what
I'm
I do.
fairly sure spiders can like sense like body heat and stuff. And your characters don't.
Now we got that short rest in.
Go switch with me. I don't want to sit by you.
So that will take us to Tommy.
I'm
Squish some
I'm
spiders.
distracted by Dells.
There are 3 big ass white and blue spiders. One of them did just try to attack you. You could have sworn that it actually got through, but apparently not.
It tried to attack me and like
Mhm.
got to me, but did not.
Right.
You had a moment where you were a Schrodinger cat. You were both hit and not hit at the same time.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm really confused because I've never seen this before. There's some ghost spiders and Dells decides to start dancing.
You have seen that before.
Yeah, you have seen that.
That was from our nightmare that we all had together.
Well, you say nightmare.
Yo,
I mean,
probably still surprising, but you have at least seen that part before.
well, I don't understand why she'd be dancing now.
That's fair.
True.
That's entirely a justifiable concern.
Is this how she wants to die?
And you kind of feel, since there's 4 of them, like dancing all around in a circle, it's kind of like an acid trip almost.
She lived as she died, dancing.
Did I
Throw my
did I
body
accidentally
with
have
the
somebody's
fish.
drink? Maybe did I get?
Handle the
You were
spider.
handing out shots to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Like
Long.
maybe 45 minutes tops.
Okay. I don't think it's a trip. I mean, I want to get out my great sword and try and slash out
Hulk
one of them. I
smash.
guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna rage because apparently I'm mad now.
With rock.
Oh, I know.
Or push Judy.
And I'm gonna use Weapon Master.
God.
Wow. That's not even gonna hit.
It might. You don't know what your bonus was. What's your bonus?
7. It's
Does a
14.
14 hit?
A 14 hit?
There you go.
All right.
You got this. You got
Sorry,
You don't believe enough in yourself.
It's fine. It just means they have a lot of hit points.
this. Tommy Oliver, you got this.
Tommy Jane Oliver.
So that would be
Next one.
was another. I can't even math right now. 16 hit points, please.
16?
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'm gonna go one more time. Oh, wrong dice. I need to roll higher than that, please. Thank you. Why am I so messed up right now? There. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. Okay. Like 27. So I'm gonna roll again.
Sad.
So that's going to be 9 hit points.
Math was just so good I wanted it to be.
And then I do damage to it, right? Like I do see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You do damage.
I do. Okay, and I'm going to try and ignore Dells because she's. I don't know. I don't
Always a
understand her.
good choice.
I don't
Always a
understand
good
her.
choice.
Notice me! Witness me!
Okay.
Sounds like my normal life.
Notice me, senpai.
Never see it again.
All right. So we're gonna move away from the Shagan for a second. We're gonna go to Simi. It is now to you.
Is there one in front of us, or are
Uh,
they all
technically, it's
over there?
behind you.
Yeah, it is behind you because you can, as you're standing
I watched
there,
it come in and go, "Ha!"
And
So-
he did nothing.
So as you're standing there talking with Killian, his eyes sort of go wide, and you see two. You kind of dodge, just sort of fluidly dodge out of the way as two of these very familiar looking white spider legs sort of slash at you from behind, and you can feel the hot breath of this spider breathing down
It's
your
a mouth
neck.
breather.
Bro.
This
It
is
would
where
be.
we deploy the wheelback kick.
Of
Where
course
you
we do.
wheelback kick it,
Okay.
and then come down on it with the slashy, and then try and Kalima it. It probably won't happen all in one, but one of my slashy stabbies will not hit, but 3 of them will. I'm gonna burn a flurry. So that's gonna end up doing 23 points.
Okay.
And
Did he kick the bucket?
No, she threw her foot at me.
I'm gonna try
I'm
to
keeping your
do a
resistance left.
stunning strike on one of those.
Okay.
So that's,
A con save on your.
I think it's a con save of 14, 15. I have to remember how that works.
I can't. That was off.
It is going to be stunned.
It's done. You're fine for now.
Yeah, as long as there's not more.
You shut me
All right. So that brings us to them,
Uh-oh.
Yep.
and the one with you guys is stunned and can't do anything.
Good job.
Armor Killian!
Armor to me!
What is the Iron Man movie?
You guys just see this armor come flying out of Killian. These pieces of armor.
I don't know why, but I just imagine it trying to put its pants on as it's coming out of your room.
No! Not ready!
You're never gonna take your arm off again, are you?
We'll see how this goes.
I'm guessing an 11 is not going to hit you.
Nope.
Okay. Sad day for that one. It will use its bonus action. So it's going to swipe at you. It's not going to be able to do anything. And it's going to use its bonus action to phase out of reality.
Wait,
No.
because Mal has not
Yes.
seen these before.
And then... okay, so you go there. Milo.
Oh.
12.
No.
Okay. So it's going to swipe at you. It's going to miss. And it, likewise, is going to phase out.
Uh-oh.
What is going on?
And then
They pop in and out of existence.
Tommy.
I just-
13. Does a 13 hit you, Tommy?
Yes.
No. Sorry, no. No.
Okay.
Yes.
So the one that's in front of you is going to take another swipe at you. It's going to miss.
Okay.
And it is going to phase out of existence. And just woof, and be gone. So that's them.
Mal's gonna be like, that was easy.
And that brings us to Milo, then you,
Then
and then
me.
Killian.
Oh dear.
Oh gosh.
That's
Sorry, I just saw something. I will exit the Shaggin. Give
Okay.
myself
Where are you
some
going?
spatial. Give myself some space for
For
if
whatever.
it maps back into existence. And I'm gonna hold either a Hellish. I'm gonna hold either an Eldritch Blast or a Primal Savagery cantrip.
for some
Okay.
reason I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna hold a Hail Mary.
I'm going to fireball myself.
And I drop a tungsten rod from the sky, or which one's
What?
the one? Which one's the one that if you drop a rod of something, it blows up?
I mean,
Is it tungsten or is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hold a tungsten rod in the air when you just drop it. No, I just hold a cantrip.
I like it though.
Okay.
You know what happens when you do that?
It's when you drop it from like suborbital, it hits with the force of like a nuke.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a kinetic kill vehicle, basically.
Goodness.
So you've been outside. All of a sudden, you heard noises from inside the shaggin. It sort of rocked a couple of times, and then Milo comes barreling out backwards.
Spiders! You see panic in his eyes. I did not do well the last time.
Yeah, I was gonna say you almost died.
So I don't see a spider at the moment.
No, you
Okay.
don't see a
Almost not here to
spider.
save
So
you.
you
Well, I
think
will
it's
draw
like-
both of my hand axes,
We've been doing edibles.
and you know what? I'm gonna go.
They're
into
hotboxing the
I
shaggin.
want to find out what's going on.
Okay, so you
nothing in
you
there.
strike in, and
Everybody's
there's nothing
standing
there
around.
but people
Like,
just
oh,
looking
where's-
around.
Where's the spider?
I'll say, what's going on?
And you see 4 Dells
Yeah, that's
In the corner.
dancing. Everybody else is on edge.
spiders.
I am dancing in a very serious manner.
So, okay. You're like,
Define what a serious matter.
It is the most it is the most focused Macarena you've ever seen in your life.
wait, hold on. Do you know the Camp Rock
No.
movement things?
Me or Dells?
Camp Rock was a staple in the fishing village.
That's why she was kicked out. She didn't know it.
So you don't see anything.
Okay.
Nothing,
Nothing
nothing
in
to be
It's,
seen.
it's fine. They're just hotboxing in the shaggin. Don't worry about it.
But you know she can see the spider with them.
Killian.
Chomp chomp.
How far away from the shaggin did you go?
I mean, not horribly. Maybe. Like.
A mile.
No, I imagine it'd still be within sight of it.
Was I close enough to hear the sounds of panic that came from the shaggin with spiders?
Make me a perception check.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't want it to be like outside of visual and auditory range of it.
Did you also hear me scream spiders?
Little girl
16.
screams from inside the.
Yeah, you would have, at very least, you would have heard Milo scream spiders as he was
I also
sort of falling
In a
out
voice that
of
does
the
not seem to
of the
belong to
shaggin.
me.
Because it does.
Oh, that's why there's so many
would the
forks.
DM like to have some cantaloupe?
Perhaps later.
Okay.
Thank you.
She's trying to bribe you.
Yes,
she is.
Don't kill me. DM.
There are laws.
So Killian's gonna give you the look, and it's the look that Killian usually gives you right before he says, "I have a very bad idea."
What?
And Killian's gonna pull something out of his belt pouch, and it's this little box with a dial, and he's gonna turn it, and I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna activate the emergency teleportation vest.
Huh, so you just vanish?
Yeah, same way the space spiders did.
You
I
want to
just
summon more?
Wait.
So as you enter the ethereal plane,
I'm sure there's a spider like 10 feet in front of me.
there's not a spider.
Oh,
Yeah.
There are 7 of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna run as fast as I can away from them.
You are
You chose the wrong side.
You chose.
You're gonna die and we'll never see you again.
That's not true. It'll bring my body back
Okay.
along
then.
with the spiders.
So
What's your
Simi,
next character?
Killian gives you a look. He pulls out a box, does something, and then pulls something. Then pulls something on his vest and disappears.
He looks at you and is like, bike.
Twice now, Killian! Twice! Like, just talking
That's
to the air.
Every time something bad happens, Killian just leaves
This
Simi
is
to
the
die.
moment when Simi's like, no, 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 no.
You guys just had a conversation about
You fat bastard.
All right, so we are back to the top of the round
Shit.
with Cabbage.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
When I phase in, does that seem to draw the attention of all the spiders? Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, if somebody just appeared right here,
Well, yeah, no, I
it
was
would have
testing
all
a
of our
theory.
attention.
So Cabbage,
Yeah.
we are back to you.
And there's no spiders.
There are no spiders.
And no Killian.
Well, I was outside.
Well, he was outside
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
with
party
anyway.
Oh,
Simi.
okay.
Yeah, so you,
Simi's the only one that knows
so
what I
you
just
don't
did.
know what happened. Unless Simi cares to shout, screech, or whatever
but you do
as
hear
you
me
do
go,
that.
Killian! Okay, and question. Is there phase spider viscera on my rapier?
Oh, yeah.
imagine so.
Okay.
We have 78 ounces of it in various vials in the cabinet.
You may not need to.
Yep.
You can bury him.
Okay, well, if I just heard Simi yell, I'm gonna head that way.
Oh,
Okay.
but not me.
Well, but I see you. Well, like I'm in the
You
same
yell all the
space
time.
as
True. That's very true.
you. Oh.
So does Simi, to be fair, but that's just at us, not.
Not that often.
No.
Just last night.
Not
Just
like
like
10
10
minutes
minutes
ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is- really was just a second.
All right, so you're gonna go head towards Simi then,
Yes.
Cabbage.
Mm?
Yep.
Sorry.
Still your turn.
You got distracted by food. It's fine. So you're gonna head towards Simi then. Okay. Did we decide you were like within sight and earshot
Yeah, I
of
wouldn't
it?
have
Okay.
gone too far outside of it.
So as you come out of the Shaggin, you sort of look around. You spot Simi. sort of like-
just hanging out behind her.
There is a phase spider there next to her, and it looks like it's sort of trying to shake something off. It's just it's there.
Am I close? Can I get to it? If I
She
dash.
can dash as a bonus action.
If you dash as a bonus, yes, you can get there.
Okay, then I'm stab it.
Okay.
You can also
Slash
do that
it.
from 30 feet away.
Oh shit. Okay, try again.
Under most circumstances, it would have taken you 2 rounds to get there, but since you can dash as a bonus action, you can get there.
Okay, does a 16 hit?
16 will hit, yes.
Okay. Does Simi count as flanking?
Yeah, she's right there with it.
Okay, sweet.
Well, thank you, but within 5 feet.
Let me just. Sorry. I should have pre-rolled.
No, that's fine.
Wait, doesn't she get sneak attack if she's fighting an enemy on its own?
Yeah, like if she's
Yeah,
one-on-one
like
with it.
there are a lot of different ways that I can get sneak attack, but okay. Oh my gosh. 25 points of damage.
Sometimes noises just happen.
5 points of damage. Okay.
Oh, it was a higher hit too.
Okay. Okay. So it is still there. It is still awake,
Just like scratching my
or
back.
it's still alive, but it's still also stunned until its turn. So,
Okay.
so yes, that will bring
Actually,
us
it's stunned until the end of Simi's turn.
till Simi's turn. Yeah. Yeah, it
which
is.
is nasty.
Um.
Because it's the only one I can see.
So that
Should
brings us
stunt
to
it
Mal.
again.
You also get advantage.
Mal will
This
sort
is
of
true.
like look around. There's nothing there. So that was you saw that too, right?
You also heard Simi yell. I'm
Yeah, you did also hear Simi yell from
So-
for Killian.
Peek out the doorway. Simi, are you okay?
So there's a spider there with her.
Oh,
Killian
okay.
I
freaking
just stabbed
disappeared.
Of course he did. So Mal will drop his sword and grab his bow and arrow. We're gonna
I could have done
aim and fire.
Okay.
Sober?
I have my rapier.
Am I sober? Yep.
And what kind of pirate uses that?
I need definitely fire.
Okay. So you said 13 was what I'm aiming for, right?
Yep.
Okay. So one of those is gonna miss.
Okay.
The other one is gonna be
You advantage
8
because it's stunned.
points. Oh,
How badly did you miss?
by 1.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'd rolled a 12.
Yeah,
But
no worries.
it is stunned though. So that's advantage
Yep.
on the attack.
Mhm.
Okay, so we'll re-roll those. Just oops.
You touched my dice.
No, my dice touched your dice.
Same
That's
thing.
even worse.
So one of those did actually come out as a 20. So 1 hit and 1 crit.
Okay.
So that's going to be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh wait, that's not a roll, that's just the max, right? So plus 8 is 22 points of damage.
That will be enough to kill it.
Got it, you okay?
I'm fine. I just don't know where Killian went.
I'm sure he's fine. It's Killian.
Meanwhile,
But he
across
was
that
N-
very thin barrier.
Now I will say, so there are 7 of them, and I should have sort of outlined this. One of them is like right there on you. The other 6 were around where the shaggin
Oh,
was and are
it
coming
doesn't
towards
matter.
you.
I'm still going.
Just went, "Whoa."
Yeah. I popped in and I watch all of them go. I go. And I run.
I see who miscalculated.
Run away!
And you have to find him. He doesn't have his armor on.
Dels.
Great.
So the spider in the shadow monkey is gone.
It's gone.
Yes, it's gone.
All right. So we are all gonna go outside. And do I see any more spiders?
You see a spider corpse
Okay.
just
I got it.
collapsing right next to Simi.
Okay.
You also see Simi very upset and distraught right now.
Can I hold my action?
Time.
Your emotional support, Killian.
The second I see any other spider, if I see anything. Actually, if anything. Okay, if a spider pops in, I would like to
If
throw a witch
anything.
bolt at it.
Killian pops in. Lightning bolts.
But,
I want him to live.
All right, so for this round, you are holding your action in case you see a spider to throw witch bolt at it. Got it.
I'm right outside the exit of the shaggin or whatnot, so.
Okay. Cool. That will take us to Tommy.
Hello. Spider's
Hello.
gone.
Spider's gone.
Everybody's going outside.
I go outside. But there's nothing else around, right?
No.
Except
Currently,
for the scream in the distance?
I mean, it was Simi. She's not that far.
Okay.
Like,
I don't know. As I say, unless you can hear the faintest thing from the ethereal realm.
It's like how that seemed like it tasted sweet, but it doesn't actually. It's like you hear something that's like,
You're like, I sense a disturbance.
why do I feel
I feel
like
this
someone
immense
is
level of
screaming?
panic.
I hear a scream, but I felt a scream.
I smell fear.
no, the forest is looking mighty fearful today.
Just imagine. Your
I
character
mean,
being so confused.
nothing else to do. I'm gonna be like, why
He's
you
like, oh,
dancing?
problem solved.
It's camouflage.
You don't know. You don't know.
That's how fish camouflage themselves. In loops and by moving.
How the water distortion effect.
It's
They still roll out.
Yeah. Honestly,
That's like the best fishing
No.
village thing that you've
so
said so
on
far.
Now,
It's
I will
a fire
say,
sound.
I will say because you're not doing any damage and you haven't, there's
Say
nothing
goodbye
to
to your-
target. Your rage is gone, so it's like
Cut your own
Whoa.
hand.
Yeah.
That does take us to Simi.
Where do we look?
he disappeared from right here.
So is he gonna?
Just on the other side of the veil. Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch, bad touch.
Wait. Like the way the spiders did?
Yeah.
One might say exactly that.
She's going to. She's
Don't
going
get
to hold-
comfortable.
have like all of this stuff, and I am holding, and specifically, like for any phase spiders, but
Right.
specifically if there is a phase spider that comes out like trying to actively tackle him, that is the most threatening. I'm
Okay.
going for that one.
Gotcha. All right. So, meanwhile, on the other side of the veil,
Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch, bad touch, bad touch.
now you've got sanctuary.
I do. They have disadvantage to their hits.
Is it
Well,
disadvantage
to
or
attack you.
No, they have to make a wisdom saving
Yeah.
throw before they can attack him.
Yeah, so it's
If they get past the wisdom saving throw, it's free.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Fucking season.
I'm thinking of Blur.
which is delightful.
It's just a oh right. So
You have to roll hard.
14.
No.
Okay.
Wow.
So the one that's right there, like right in front of you.
Just,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
because it's my spell save.
I thought that was your AC.
No.
So the one that's right there is like you can see that it's rearing back to try and bite you, and just
No.
can't force itself to. The other 6 are gonna have to cover the ground.
Oh yeah.
From where the Shaggin is, so they're gonna get about halfway to you.
Lead them away.
Keith, how much movement do they have?
They have 30 feet of movement. And,
Okay.
and 30 feet of climb, which doesn't.
That's okay.
Doesn't stack.
Okay. I can stay ahead of them. I got
How
it.
long?
How long do you stay on the ethereal plane?
That's a good question.
Let me roll to see how many rounds I get to stay there.
But you can leave at any point, right?
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
This is a Killian invention. You think?
Oh, jeez.
5 rounds.
Oh, no. You're so
Here
gonna
I
die.
come
You're gonna
and
die and
you
we're not
won't
even
know.
gonna
Okay,
we're
so
not
this
even
is
gonna-
round
You'll know when
one.
it brings my body back.
If we can find it, depends on how far away you get.
Yeah, but
Okay, so the rest of them are going to use movement.
No.
Then
Yeah,
we go
you're-
to
we're all
Milo.
I mean, same thing. Paranoid,
Nowhere is safe.
waiting to see if anything pops up.
Okay. And then
Tobago.
Tobago.
I'll exit the Shaggin and Mal. Can I get a drink?
I mean, it's back in the Shaggin, but
Okay.
yeah.
Then I would like to go back in the Shaggin and grab a drink.
Okay, sure. Good deal.
Tradition.
He just thinks we're all nuts.
Kill you.
oh, I'm running.
Sober for this.
I'm
Don't you have
moving
a
my
body?
30. I'm dashing another 30. I am running as far away from them, leading them off away from the Shaggin.
Cool. All right. And these things don't throw webs, do they?
Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch, bad touch, bad touch, bad touch, bad touch.
And this was the end of.
No, they don't.
Oh, good.
Okay.
It's gonna be hard to replace you.
I mean,
I mean, they can move as fast as Killian can unless he uses a spell.
Yeah,
It makes a lot
pretty
of
much.
sense.
So for
Makes a lot of
so
dangerous
we're
things.
going to sort of drop you guys sort of
I
out.
can tell you what Killian's gonna do for the next all the rounds into the ethereal plane. He's gonna run away.
I mean, the one that's right on top of you can keep up with you unless you use a spell.
Yeah.
That's fine. I still have sanctuary up.
So basically that's what's going to happen. So we're going to drop the rest of you guys out
dear.
of initiative while we sort of resolve what's going on here.
Hey, well, just check the table.
That's what I was about to say. Can I check the table?
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good idea.
I mean, it doesn't help us actually hit him, but at least we'll know where he's gonna pop back in.
We'll know where he's not.
Yeah?
Save.
Yeah, so it does not see into the ethereal.
Yeah, I was
plane.
gonna say he is not on the table.
Yeah.
Nope. But if the spiders pop back someplace...
All of a sudden, you're like, look, 8 things just popped up. I think that's them.
And they stop moving.
But I mean, this way
Sure.
at least we can watch it and see.
All right, so
Where
so
we
for
show it.
so for everyone in normal space, what are you guys wanting to do? Are you
Okay.
still just
I-
waiting?
I have an idea. I'm the slowest person here,
Aw.
so I will stay at the
I
table.
still think you're pretty smart, but it's
Good job.
I'll stay here at the table, and I will call out as soon as he shows up. Why don't you guys like split up, and then I will call to whoever he is closest to.
just
I'll say instead of like splitting up and going out, we sort of make a large perimeter where we can all see each other.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, we,
Okay,
we
okay,
just
yeah,
go
yeah.
out, like, in cardinal directions so that I can just yell a direction between you guys or whatever, and
okay.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Everybody just hold an action, essentially.
Gotcha.
then I'll keep my bow and arrow out, but I'll pick my sword back up and
I gotta
poof
be
it
like
away.
north. I got north.
'Kay.
And what were you wanting to do?
I'm gonna cast Sending.
Okay.
Killian,
Oh,
where'd you head off to? We're kind of wondering where you vamped off to.
So does sending cross planes?
That's exactly
It
what I was going
does.
to ask.
There is a 10% chance it doesn't work.
All right, so roll me your percentile dice.
I think good percentages.
Like, how do we throw the
29,
body into
so
the river
we're
for
good.
burial
Yeah, you're good.
service?
So it
There's
does
no
go
body.
through. So what do I get back?
Yep.
Let's see how composed I stay. Keith, would you say wisdom is the stat of keeping your cool while under fire?
I would say that, yes.
Okay. Okay. That's a 15. Okay.
That's not bad.
So what do I get back?
Ethereal plane. 7 spiders. Leading them away. We'll come back when safe.
You're not going to give a direction?
Win safe.
No, he doesn't give direction.
But you're not gonna be safe unless you get him back here.
I just received a message from Killian.
Oh,
He's on something called the ethereal plane.
what?
Oh, that sounds pleasant.
He's running away from 7 spiders.
That
Oh.
does not
Less-
sound pleasant.
Less
Um,
And
pleasant.
he said he'll be back when he bamps back to our reality. So I don't think there's anything we can do.
I think that we are probably already doing the
Oh,
thing.
Do I know what the ethereal plane is? No, that's right,
What's the
because
ethereal
Sionis was
plane?
a master
It's
of the
wherever
plane.
he goes when he leaves. I don't know where it is, but it might
Hey, but
also.
at least we now know that it's called the ethereal
Yeah,
plane.
yeah.
so-
There's
Terrible things
fire
come
there.
from there. I'm not totally sure that this is not fauna from her fishing village.
How many spiders?
7 is what he said.
I don't know, it sounds like an eldritch horror there. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a bunch. I don't like. You are lovely. The things that might live and feed off of the dead body water, probably not.
All right, so you're running, and they are keeping up.
I was going to say, there's one that can keep up. He has to keep making a wisdom
And the
save.
others are just 30 feet behind.
Yeah, the others are 30 feet behind and are keeping up as well. So round 2, he misses the save. Round 3,
Just one.
13.
No,
13
not
misses.
for the save.
Okay,
The save DC is 17.
17. Okay.
Yeah. Now, if that was an attack,
Yeah, if that was an attack, yes.
Okay, so 4th round, he misses. Come on. 5th round misses with a natural 1. So no.
lucky duck.
So you are able to. So you can
Pounded the
feel.
old one.
You can feel it just like
Right on my
right
ears.
on you, breathing down your neck, and you know he's just not able to sort of overcome whatever. And then you get. So you're running about 60 feet per round or so. So about 300 feet away.
Yeah, 1 football field length
One
away.
football field length away from the Shaggin, and you pop back in.
And I use my action to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
got it, north.
Good move.
So it's going to be using its bonus action to follow you back to the material plane.
I'm sure it is.
So are his friends.
38 points of damage.
That's
You
a
can't-
long
you
way
can't-
away.
That's
yeah,
Oh,
I am 300 feet away right now.
Dang it, never mind.
And you have an impressive run speed.
I
But
do
not
have
that
an impressive run speed, but it's not that impressive, you're right.
North, like a hand's width, whatever that means.
Going! And I will just use all of that to run as fast as my little elven legs
So
can
what
go.
is your So your speed is
45.
45.
And I suppose instead of doing the thing that I was doing, I will be dashing instead and trying to just Like,
You
do
could
all
step
Okay.
up the wind so that you're doing 90 plus.
Oh yeah, I'll do because that's a key point thing. I
Can
can
we
do
all
that.
try running?
125 is how fast she can go if she uses a key point. Sorry,
So,
135.
Dang.
Okay, so
Monks are broken.
you can in
arms
2
back.
rounds
Number 2 runs.
you'll be pretty in 2 rounds. If they don't move any farther, you will have caught up to the trailing spiders.
Okay.
But you're probably not going to be able to because they're going to be moving. So we're going to say 3 rounds down the road, you'll come upon the trailing spiders.
You're being gifted watermelon
Oh, thank you.
before it's gone.
I'll keep that.
She's looking out for you.
No, I have to finish eating the watermelon.
Next week, so Costco
Everyone think.
sells these big bags of sugar snap peas.
Mm,
I think next time we'll just bring one of those.
Yeah.
okay.
We'll
So-
need some bell peppers, I'll slice
So
them.
3 rounds down, you'll be able to catch up to the spiders. Not to Killian and the one spider that he's got, but the other 6 that are following.
We're in like a forest, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So you wouldn't have had visibility when Killian popped back in either.
Pop back in, immediately run into a tree.
Like, I'm gonna find out that I'm there when I trip over you when I'm like passing you up.
All right. And you went invisible,
I went invisible.
which means it will have disadvantage in addition to having to make the save, if it can even make the save.
No, that going invisible breaks Sanctuary.
Oh, that's right.
You're
That's
back.
right.
You're back.
Yeah, back in the real world, and I went invisible.
And Simi's about
Okay.
to take on 7 phase spiders.
All right. So this is.
I told you guys not to come for me.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you
No, you
didn't.
didn't.
I said I'm leading
I guess I
away.
said
I'll come
I'm
back
leading
when
him away.
it's
I'll
safe.
come back when it's safe.
So are you still moving, or are you?
Oh no, yeah. So as soon as I'm invisible, I'm gonna try and be stealthy and get away. Like I went invisible to try and lose them. Now that I've led them away from our camp.
Okay.
Wait, don't they have like tremor sense?
Don't know.
Blind
Let's
sight?
hope not.
Why
That's
would
only
you
on
ask?
web, right?
I don't know. So it depends on the stat block specifically.
Mhm.
Some of them are that way, some of them are not.
Let's hope not, because I'm out of spell slots.
You ever seen
Ah.
Just bounce back.
Okay. So
like this? The
The more you drink, the worse it
weapon that
gets.
was
Yeah.
like
Word, guys.
Oh, it's fine. Now we know.
like this.
I've seen reference
Okay.
to it. I've not actually watched.
so
So
I'm
first
assuming
like,
11 does not hit.
I don't think I've actually
You're lucky
Yeah.
because the other one was a natural 20.
Woo!
All right, so you can feel it sort of
Yep.
swiping at you to try and grab you,
Like
um, and missing. The other 6.
Mm-hmm.
So you are still moving though. You said
Yeah.
stealthily.
Yeah. As soon as I go invisible, I'm gonna try and sneak away from them and lose them.
Okay. Roll me a d8 on a 1 or an 8, or just roll me a d8.
6.
6. Okay. So all 6 of them are still going to try and come at you. No. 12.
Nope. Let me save you there, Keith. It's 13 to hit me.
Okay.
I'm so scared for you, Killian.
You said 15?
13 to hit.
13.
Because when Steven commits, he commits.
Okay.
Tried to give him a high five in
Better
our
than-
basement.
So the third one.
I understand why I do these things. I don't understand why you do. You live there.
Man, you've just been beat up today. You've been kicked in the nuts.
Oh, jeez.
Well, once was like a full-on football
Can
tackle
you-
from my daughter.
Can you grab that for me?
Sounds like your daughter.
The other one.
So
she kicked me.
5. So they're all kind of waving around wildly. They sense that you're close, but they can't see you.
It's Crab Rave.
And just when you think you are clear of all of them, with a 13, one of them connects.
Oh,
Stop it. Stop it. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
So that will be 4 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
and make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a natural 20, Keith.
Okay.
That's good, because it was like 40 points of poison damage.
Well, no, I got unlucky on its roll, so.
we need a soundtrack of just brain reactions. It's like,
That'd be pretty great.
"Whoa."
That'd be great. Yeah,
Some of
honestly.
the best reactions on the stream
Yes.
to
Are
date have
Have
been
been
great.
great.
Still, I don't even remember what the reveal was, but the at the very end.
Yeah,
Is
so
a
that
ghost
was,
girl in a tree?
Was it? No, I don't think it was Cat Jesus.
No, Cat Jesus was good though.
No, it was my
8
X.
points of poison damage.
had getting
Gideon's
off.
grandmother.
Okay.
First we practiced to see.
Do you think you're clever with all the spiders around?
All right. So that's them. Still running away?
Well, yeah, I'm going to try and sneak away.
Okay.
But much higher tempo. What's the
So
And 6 opportunity attacks as he
no,
moves
not
away.
inverted.
no, because they can't see him.
Oh, that's
A
true.
minor key.
So 2 of them are close enough that they're all sort of swinging wildly, but 2 of them are close enough to be of concern.
Are these things? 10 feet by 10 feet.
Whoa, that's big.
Yep. You're like the size of this car.
Yeah, that would poop.
And neither one of them are able to come at you or to actually get close enough to hit you. It's like you're able to dodge and weave around them. They are spread. They are trying
Yeah, I'm sure.
to find you, but you're able to sort of slip the net. Only one of them is close enough on the next round. What is that? That was no. It's
A little more to the east.
it's not gonna. So that's
Yeah, so as I
So it's
recall,
gonna
this
miss.
should also be the round that Simi arrives.
yep.
Now you get to deal with all the spiders.
I mean, I'm less scared of that than I am something bad happening to you. So hey,
So you do see me. She is like
Am I able to get to her before the spiders notice her?
I just think that we're just like, should we go help them?
Yeah, all the rest of you are like, what's going on?
are you guys coming too? Please.
Well, no, Mal would have
I would have
walked.
trotted.
yeah.
I
You
was
can
like,
get
just
you can
go.
get to her because they seem to be more focused on trying to find you.
So you're just gonna hear from the thin air next to you, just don't draw their attention. Hide.
I'll just freeze.
I said hide, not freeze.
Oh, like I guess I'll hide.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
Oh my gosh.
Oh geez, really? Well, it's still a 19.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Just have a +9.
So you guys you sort of fade into the undergrowth and start to back away
That Homer
as you see them sort of thrashing through the undergrowth for a couple more seconds, and then one by one they sort of stop doing that and then just phase out.
Creepy. They're gonna go back to the camp or not.
All of us are leaving the camp.
We should move quietly.
So we'll I guess head back to the Shaggin.
Okay.
So at that
Very
point, you can
sneakily.
probably notice that there's a small dribble of blood coming from seemingly nowhere.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Guys,
they don't hear me again. Again, you hear from the invisible man.
We're sneaking back.
And Dell's breaks in the dance.
I'll throw it.
The other side.
okay. So can someone explain what the hell's going on?
After we get back to camp and I put my armor on.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop out my shadow to walk next to me.
We're gonna sneaky.
And then anybody who's there can probably see this fun dribble of blood.
All right. So you guys make it back to camp.
Okay. I will.
Killian is pissing blood, guys.
Kidney shot.
I'm pretty sure that's not piss. I think he's just.
Oh.
I know
That's not nearly as funny.
You guys can now watch as different pieces of Killian's armor disappear as he puts it on.
Very uncomfortable in bed with that.
So, Killian.
I'm going to drop invisibility, so Killian's now in his full battle armor, and you're gonna see him like, okay, I think we lost them.
Okay,
Why did we get attacked by spiders?
why did you, bamf out the exact same way the spiders did?
What?
So funny story. When we encountered the spiders last time, I thought it would be useful to have the ability to phase away to avoid danger.
Uh-huh.
So I created a harness that allows the wearer to fade into the ethereal plane for a short period of time
Uh-huh.
to use to avoid a deadly blow or other things. Well, it apparently what we've learned today is that attracts the spiders to the source of said phasing.
Right, so you're gonna get rid of that now.
Yep. As soon as I'm sure they're not lurking just outside of view, I'm gonna take it off. We're gonna go back to the drawing board on that plan. We're gonna
No,
test
why would you?
test more thoroughly in a safe environment, which is
A
not
safe
here now.
environment is not going to be until this rebellion's over.
It is possible that is correct.
Well, I will test it away from everyone else. I will be prepared
Yep, that
to
would be
hide
after
and
the
run
rebellion.
away. But anyway, so I'm pretty sure what happened.
Tommy, it sounded like you had something smarter to say than.
No,
That's what
I
just
was thinking what she's saying is you need to get rid of it and not test it at all.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Thank you, Tommy, for putting that so eloquently.
But it has saved my life once before.
Once.
Right, so it's clearly of value, it just needs to be...
How almost dead were
Prototype.
you
But it
this time?
endangered how much
I am not
So
almost
you're
dead.
in the negative
Yeah.
of lives.
You're in
It
the
just
negative.
saved us.
No.
He led the spiders away. We didn't have to fight him.
They
Yep.
wouldn't have paid me in the first place!
He
I
definitely
think you
did that
should
with
keep it.
magic, though.
I think I broke even on that one. Gonna
Now I will
come
say,
up with some better plans.
It might be an excellent thing to be able to weaponize.
Not if it attracts
I mean,
them.
Go to
No,
the middle of a
sure. Yes, if it
army and
attracts
just
them.
phase out all you want to your heart's content.
Yeah,
and
no,
bring
just
the
like
spiders there.
just
Not
like put
to
it on a
him.
battery and like put it in somebody's
Look,
castle.
we'll go back to the drawing board. We'll see what I can come up with to see if I can mitigate the risk. I will test it more thoroughly to
Phase
ensure that it
grenades.
is not dangerous.
How are you going to keep them from still being drawn to it?
So I'm thinking I can probably come up with some way, like I'm assuming that they are either attracted to some sort of pheromone or scent or like the sense of magic of phasing. So
Wait.
I'm assuming I can block that or contain that somehow so it does not draw their attention, but that will require testing and prototyping.
Hold on. Are you sure they were trying to kill you?
Mate with you?
The hole in my side implies yes, but
Wait,
whatever they
wait,
were
how
doing,
impregnated you.
whatever they were doing, I'm not a fan of.
Are we
Ah,
going full
ah,
alien here? Oh dear.
Ah.
You better check that wound.
I will.
For eggs.
Or
That
science.
doesn't seem like a very effective way to reproduce,
No,
but I
but
will
we don't-
check.
Actually, no. There are a number of species that will implant eggs into other species specifically so that they have a food source when they emerge.
That's accurate.
Have you ever seen
Get
the
that
movie
armor
Alien?
off right now.
Hell to the no.
We need
Take
to
off
check
the
you for
piece.
eggs.
No.
We need to donate them for
And
science.
Gillian and his battle armor is gonna be like, you can try if you want to, but I'm not taking this off right now because I'm not sure that they weren't hunting, and we might be the closest prey, and they might still be around.
Hey,
Well-
I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder, and you're gonna feel like kind of a little warm glow, and you're gonna heal
And
10
eggs
points.
pop out.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
We need to get you a pregnancy test. Just go pee on this.
Be on this stick.
Anyway, so crisis now averted.
Maybe.
Postponed.
We hope.
At best.
And maybe tomorrow we move camp.
What do you mean tomorrow?
Well, I don't want to get caught trying to move camp and then have them attack us while we're in the middle of that.
It doesn't take long to move camp.
No, but I don't want them to trail us to wherever we go. I want to be sure that they have dispersed and gone somewhere else before we pack up and move. Otherwise, they could... Okay. What's the...
Now he has children to think
Yeah,
of.
So, on the ethereal plane,
Inspiration.
you can still see what goes on here.
Who said that?
Andrew.
So they could just be lurking just out of sight, watching us and waiting.
Waiting
Yeah,
for
for
their
you to hatch
children
the
to
children.
emerge.
Right, which is why I'm not going anywhere tonight.
You're already thinking about them.
We need to find good schools
Good neighborhood.
for you to raise your half elf, half human, half spider babies.
That's how writers were formed.
Goodness.
We're gonna keep tons of content.
For the OnlyFans?
I'm just reminded of how I took over as the DM.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Check.
come full circle.
We have come full circle.
When all of the males in the party were impregnated.
Oh
By
gosh, I forgot
spider
about that.
things.
I
Yeah.
didn't know you
Oh,
repressed
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Not. That was before you
I don't
discovered
wanna
us.
That was before we streamed.
Yeah,
Wait,
that was way before we
All the
started.
males got pregnant?
Yeah, all the males in the party got impregnated by these spider creature things.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
the DM decided that was a fun plot point.
Excuse me?
Very different DM.
Very different DM.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not.
Of course it
pregnant
was
with
Jen.
spiders.
Yep.
What?
At least now it's just Killian.
To be fair, I think it may actually be in Princes of the Apocalypse. I have to go look and see if that's true or not.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it is
Our thoughts exactly.
Don't get ideas,
it's
Andrew.
Matri-
Oh, wait, is this your cousin?
I
Oh,
don't remember. I'm going to have to take a look at it and see.
Anyway,
Yes.
Anyway,
This is my cousin. I said, "You're
So I'm not
cheesy."
sleeping
He's like,
tonight.
You're a cracker. So we go together.
Oh dear. Oh
Right,
dear.
well, I guess we all get rest then.
I'm not sleeping. I'm staying awake.
okay, actually, we probably, as long as we sleep in shifts,
Yeah.
and everyone stays prepared, so you could fight at a moment's notice.
Okay, so every watch has two people, one person to watch you.
Okay.
I don't want you sprouting out little spider legs.
I don't think I will, but okay.
You don't know
You see
though.
it
Are
in
you
space.
100%
No.
sure that
I
you're
am.
not gonna? I'm not 100% sure. I don't think they're 100% sure.
I'm definitely not.
I mean, if they
100% sure.
probably won't come out because they'll be feeding on his insides.
Yeah.
Either way.
Who's this for?
You!
I have a pretty decent Constitution, but that got me a little.
On the bright side, if he has cancer, they might take care of that.
All during the night, you'll just hear from inside Killian's armor. Killian will never take the armor off, and you just won't know that from here on out, it's a bunch of spiders running the armor.
It's a bunch of spiders and
It's like Oogie Boogie.
spiders in a Killian suit.
Boogie, boogie, man. Whoa.
Oh, no.
It'll be like the Vashta Narada from Doctor Who, where you just won't know that it's not me in here anymore.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
I'm horrified by this.
Oh, that's terrible.
I would think that I'm very hopped up, so I'm gonna probably take first
Okay.
watch.
Disperse your
Uh,
inside the armor.
but
he just looks like this.
I will say that I'm readying magic missile for anything that moves. I'm just like outside
I'll take
or with my papers
First
or whatever
watch
it looks
with
like.
you.
She roasts the
They use
rabbit
webs on the
accidentally.
inside to like
Exactly.
use it like a puppet master, and
That's all Killian is on the
I have,
inside anymore.
that's
That one's actually kinda
Don't
cute.
serve.
Don't serve.
I take off my helmet and it's just mandibles instead of my mouth.
It's like from the first Men in Black.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway, so we have a very fitful night's rest? Question mark.
No.
Come back.
I'll take first.
Well, no.
Wait,
no.
Dells and
Dells-
Cabbage already.
Oh, I
took
missed
first.
that you. Sorry, I heard her. I didn't catch yours.
So Dels, just roll me a d12 real quick.
I'm gonna use that one like ever. That's not it.
D10.
Yes, what's it? What is he saying?
Killian just flops around as they learn to manipulate his body. Nobody notices the difference.
It's a 6.
6. Okay. Yeah.
Sounds legit.
So
Like a
so
flash.
there are the normal sounds of the forest, but nothing ever pops out that you see. So
The normal sound of the forest and Killian's armor going.
Birds. Rabbit.
So you guys take it in shifts to keep watch. The night is very long and fitful because you're all on edge, but nothing pops out. There are
It's
the
not like I knew.
Nothing pops out.
there are the normal sounds
Yeah, 'cause
of
they
the
eat me from the
forest
inside.
at night.
Okay.
And so as you
I
as
wear my skin
dawn
like a
breaks, you
shirt.
guys have the day to do whatever you need to do.
Okay.
Next time you draw a little kill, make
Make
it
it
with
with spider.
spiders.
I will
Why would you do
absolutely
that?
not do that.
Why did you
Okay,
ask
so
for
in the
that,
morning,
Cabbage?
Killian will take his armor off and
Okay.
have them check out his wound.
Thoroughly inspect you.
Okay.
Ugh.
I don't even care.
Turn your head and cough.
So give me
I
one
did
second.
not
I need to
expect
see
it.
if I can find
Poke
this.
through.
He'll hand you like a flask of essentially hydrochloric acid and be like, "All right, so you're gonna put that on.
Alright.
It's gonna hurt."
Bite on the stick.
Do you want something
Oh, no, it's not this one.
to drink to dull the pain of her poking around your
I
insides?
don't think it'll help.
You
It's
and
not this one. It's not.
That's what
You're
it's
gonna
for.
sterilize the wound.
He doesn't have
The
to
Show you a
inside
little
out.
trick to take your mind off the pain.
I haven't seen it forever.
Right?
Okay, so Keith, as I check his wound, do I find anything?
Give me a second. That's what I'm looking
Wait,
at.
wait,
Oh,
wait.
Looking up.
And that's the last you saw of Jeff.
Yeah, see, you guys didn't have to say things, but you did.
I didn't.
I did actually.
Steven did.
But wait,
Steph started it.
so is it like the TARDIS
It was
where
the-
the inside of the shack is bigger than the outside? So how do we all sleep? Do we have other rooms? Is
Here,
it
let me
like-
show you a picture of the inside of the shack.
Yes,
I
let's
think
do
it's
that,
like
'cause
hammocks.
I'm trying to imagine this
Yeah,
giant
so-
in there as well.
No. So when it's all folded out, this is the inside of the shaggin, and those are, well, let's get that back up.
In the back, because he's
So those are like stairs, because when you fold out one side, it creates a level space.
Oh, okay.
So there are cots you can set up, there are places to string hammocks up, and then Killian's got his room.
Mal sleeps up on the driver's seat.
Okay.
Outside?
He fits, yeah. Mal fits laying across it. He fits
Yeah, but
right.
you don't have any cover.
No, he has his tent, so he'll just pull like.
Anyway, so like it's not super spacious, but like there's enough room that everybody can sleep on like a cot or in a hammock or something. So it's
It is
better than
more
on the ground.
Homey than a tent,
Yeah.
Okay.
but not as homey as a home.
Yet.
I've definitely had worse traveling
It
around. though.
specifically, the Shaggin is not magical.
Yet.
It's mechanical.
Yeah, for now.
There's a bunch of magical crap in it.
A lot.
I would travel with caravans. I would-
So we'll just. It's going to take me some time to find it. So let's.
It'll take her
To
some time
find
to find
what?
I'm just looking for because I think what Jen pulled was actually from Out of the Abyss.
Let me save you the time. Take this hydrochloric acid, pour it in my wound.
I don't think that would do it.
I
Wouldn't kill
think
an
it,
alien.
I think it
I mean,
would.
the easiest way to end this is just to be like, we're moving forward. That's okay.
But
We don't have to linger on this topic.
but Danny.
I will do some research.
Write something at
You explore his wound, and for the moment you don't see anything. We'll come back to it.
Why, but
Okay.
Explore someone's body just weirds me out.
You didn't ever want to go into the medical field, did you?
No.
I do.
I'm not going to take time at the table for that right now.
for spider infestations.
Well, because we're worried about it, I will also have you cauterize the wound.
We're very worried about it. But I also don't want to cauterize the wound until we are 130% sure that there's nothing in there that's going to stay under your burned flesh.
Well, if we do this right, that cauterizing it should kill it.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
What if they're
Unless they've
deep
already
in
dug
there?
into you.
Wait, but what if they, when they're born, they leave like a nest space and then they phase out, so they're only halfway there?
Guys, this is not what I wanted to have to use this on. This takes me like a year to make, but if it will make you all feel better, I do have a cure-all that will fully flush the
Oh,
system.
you made a second one?
You guys didn't use the one?
Yes, we
I
did.
think
When?
On her paralysis. When we fought
The
the
corpse collector.
corpse collector.
I used my
Will on his back or exact.
whatchamacallit, we were going to, but then I realized I could use my paladin thing to do it.
I mean, I'm pretty decent with medicine. I can probably just work it out without that needing to be a thing.
Depends on how deep they went.
I'm just really shocked we haven't quoted more.
Alright, since all of you are so worried about it,
We
what
are.
would you like to do to prevent this from becoming a problem?
To know what Keith's doing.
Well, Keith, looks like you're going to have to find it.
Yeah.
And I don't feel bad, because you did this, Keith.
No, we did this.
No,
Keith-
you did this,
Keith
actually.
did
I'll
not
tell you what,
have
just roll
to-
me
Yeah,
a
this is your
d20.
fault.
Roll me a d20.
No, Keith did not have to have them be trying to impregnate people. 19.
You're fine.
For now.
No, okay. So we're
There's still a chance.
130% sure.
1% chance.
Okay.
I mean, Killian will, like, hand you bottles of chemicals and be like, you're just going to pour this in the wound.
Oh, I
It'll
will
kill
do it.
everything.
And then I will cauterize the wound. You will be
You're gonna
running
end
on
up with
sticks.
sepsis.
No, I've read the books.
Yeah, about
Romance
pirates.
novels.
Exactly.
Lots of books before that.
There was
About
a,
pirates.
There was a chapter about where they had to cauterize it.
In the romance novels.
It's one of those moments where they
Anyway.
So do just roll me a d6.
Who?
You.
Oh.
How well do you cauterize it?
I mean, I'll help.
Do you hit the right spot?
Advantage? Fuck.
6?
1.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Is that good?
So you take 1 point of fire damage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Woo!
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I don't know. I thought it was like a 1 to 6 scale of
Now-
how bad I was gonna do.
Now that we have chemically burned me and we have cauterized the wound,
Don't roll your eyes like you wouldn't have done this with one of us.
No, I would not have. I would not have jumped to the phase spiders,
No, I didn't
stabbed you to impregnate you
That
with
was
spider
me.
eggs.
That was me.
Would not have jumped to that conclusion.
That was me. I was hoping you were impregnated by spiders.
Well, we now know a new kink for Tommy Oliver.
I saw it in a movie once, alright?
I don't know why, but it moved me in ways.
It touched me in places I'd never been touched before.
Oh, okay. The next day.
Okay.
Well, these are some interesting notes for next week.
Woo, moving right along. Oh,
Killian is not pregnant. Enough said.
Oh, you'll want to read my notes for next time.
Oh, I like your diagrams.
Yeah, this is my dancing.
So what are you guys doing the next day?
Is my magic quill recharged?
Yes.
I draw.
You only get to use it once a day.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay. So I think. So we have a meeting with Miles at noon to discuss the lady who controlled the bone thing. And to see what the status is of our forces.
Going back into town?
Yeah, we have to.
I can't.
Why not?
Because I was there fighting with magic.
Oh no, was I too?
You didn't
Sorry,
use
let
any.
me clear something up here. We're about to declare Lamott's Wells a free city, separate from the Empire.
But I was
I
not allowed
don't
to go
think
and deal
it
with
matters.
the people who saw my face.
I don't think it matters right now.
I think it matters.
I think it does matter. At
We-
least
we
until we
have-
actually get a grip on what we're doing.
You think that if we walk into town, the whole town's just going to try and kill him?
No, but I think the
all
garrison's
150
left.
people who, one, know his face,
Yeah, but the garrison's
two
not
know my face,
there.
and three know his face.
The garrison is still regrouping outside of town, right?
Yeah.
The garrison is not in town.
But it's been 12 hours since we've been there.
I'm going to look at the sand table.
Forgot about that.
They're regrouping outside of town. So, talk with Miles, and then my plan to deal with the garrison is we all armor up, we all prep, and at least a few of us, we go in, we ask to speak to their commanding officer, and we give him the option to take his people back to the Imperial City or be destroyed. His choice.
Or fight on our side.
Not sure that I trust most of them to do that. But yeah, so we go in, we give them the option to pick a side, decide what they're going to do, and then if they want to fight, we fight. If not, they can leave.
I would love to have a list of who you think the biggest problem actors are in the group so that we'll have ideas of who we need to keep special eyes on. People that we might want to make sure aren't deceiving us, people that might be problematic for
Can you read
people
thoughts?
that are trying to
Yes, but not in my
behave
battle
as
armor.
you have and turn code if
And you're never
you
taking
think
that off
that
again.
No, I
they
will.
might get out and then
Just not
retaliate
when we're going to
against
go march into
those
a garrison.
I would say most of the officers we need to know.
Okay.
I will say that the officers and the general leaders, they need to leave or give themselves up to be prisoners. I would not trust them. I'm also not going to tell them, hey, we're starting a rebellion and this isn't part of the Empire anymore. We should just go in and be like, you guys have suffered heavy losses. The Empire is coming apart at the seams. Do you really think this is the best place for you to be right now?
I agree. But if we know some of the specifics.
Yeah, just like we don't need to tell them exactly what we're doing. We just
Yeah.
give them the option to withdraw if they want to. And that avoids a fight.
Definitely knives at the ready for some of the ones that we anticipate might be problematic. But that I can be happy with that resolution.
You could also stash the spider armor somewhere, and then they will come from.
A person has to be in it for it to work.
Okay.
So,
Let me rephrase that. A living person has to be in it for it to work.
so
Oh dear.
we get one of the officers.
To activate it.
There's too many innocents that they're around.
This
No,
is-
I'm
Like
saying
if
this
they
is
go to
like
get
a-
food and suddenly face spiders show up. Like,
Also-
No, I'm saying that this is a future plan for if we have to like
oh yeah.
send in
It's-
a sleeper.
It's a back pocket situation, like card that we can.
Yeah, we just
get.
have to be careful because I also don't know, like, how long. Like, we might have introduced phase spiders into the local ecosystem on accident. And by we, I mean
I
I,
was gonna say I haven't done nothing.
without realizing it, may have done so.
You may have started the end of the world.
Glad that you
No, the
Yeah,
end
the end of the world was started by other people. Trust me, we've covered that.
Okay.
Well,
that is a large part of what we're trying to circumvent. But
That little
Maybe. Accidentally.
It's not like the DM told me that's what it did when he let me build it.
You're the one who's making things out of things' bodies.
And? I hate to break it to you, you wear clothes, right? You have a jacket?
We know what those things do.
I know what these things do! They face in and out!
I'm pretty sure it's different than cow, Killian.
It's not that different.
Okay.
I didn't know cows could phase shift.
Some of them can.
Phase cows were not a thing I realized existed.
If phase spiders exist, I am confident phase cows exist.
I have
because they were impregnated by face spiders.
Oh, goodness.
Show me away!
show me away.
Not to disturb us from talking about the analytical
Yeah.
beliefs of how cows and spiders work.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah. Let's go. As we head to that direction, I would ask Killian, like, so all of your stuff that sends to different, like the necklaces, and like all of the other stuff that you have, does any of it send to like?
To spiders.
Is the phone home?
No, I was putting that past me, Killian.
He was putting it inside of him.
It's a part of me now.
Here, can you like send to non-specific people? Well, not like non-specific, but like people you have not met. Do you have something that will do that?
Not currently.
How close are they? Because I can do that within a real limited range.
I'm too limited then. It would be at the capital.
Oh yeah, sorry.
What are you talking about? Actually?
Sorry, no.
No, I mean we can send to Akerai.
Well, we can send to the other half of the sending stone pair that I gave him. Whether or not he currently has access to that, I don't know.
So
I would assume because he is not answering that either he no longer has access to it or it is too dangerous for him to use it.
So Akerai would definitely be on the list, knowing that, like, that makes sense. But I have another connection inside the capital that might be able to give us information regarding what's going on with the order there. I'm not sure that it would make a difference to us or not right now, but I feel like having as much information as we can going forward.
I mean, I
would
can
be good.
add it to the list of things that have been requested.
If you were working on it anyway, that is great. I don't even know if she's still there, but
I do not currently have a way to send messages to anyone I choose.
okay. If we develop that talent at some point,
And you
then
do?
What? No, do not pay attention to me. I'm thinking about something really dumb.
Okay.
Moving on.
I almost want to ask, but I'm a little scared too.
I mean, after the spiders?
Yeah.
No, it's not like a bad idea or anything like that. Just if you have a list, apparently, of things that, if you're taking requests.
If you have something you would like, I will add it to the list of things. There is currently a large backlog. At the top of the list, I've been told, is magic weapons for some people.
Yes, that yeah. That's
Followed by a scrying something or other.
I have an update on that. through my visions that I've been given by my patron, if we take the skull and mirror it, that'll work.
What?
Mirror
the
it
skull.
with,
Sorry, the skull,
What
and
skull?
mirror it.
What skull?
mirror it the dragon bone
Yeah.
skull.
That we got from.
And mirror it with what?
I don't know. My patron was real cryptic when it came to that, so I'm not sure what that.
Great.
Like chromium and silver?
No, just that it make. I don't.
I mean,
Just
that's how you
that-
make mirrors.
Just so
chromium
that you
and
can
silver.
see a reflection or something like that. That's
Okay,
like
Okay.
mirrored in that way. So
silver is
Duly
probably
noted.
our best bet.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, do you have something you'd like to add to the list?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that answers that question. It dawns on me that since apparently that particular force we're kind of joining with for now,
Perhaps, maybe.
we might need
a
more
magnet.
information about what's going on. Well, we'll definitely need more
Yeah.
information about what's going on eventually. But
Well, that's what it looked like Natalie thought. If she was like,
I didn't realize these had metal in them.
yeah, it's a metal disc inside.
That's why they've got weight.
I was just heavy plastic.
we own them, and I didn't know that until right now. That's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Okay,
Alright.
there you go.
Anyway.
So we were going and doing the thing
Yeah.
in the place and stuff.
Okay.
And I mean, not everybody has to come, but we did arrange a meeting with Miles because there's
Remind me
other
who
magic
Miles
people.
is?
Miles is the member of the Council of Seven that we
The
is
one,
our contact.
Mal has not met him.
Yeah, the one that we had the good cop, bad cop with.
Oh, the one that you told me to wait outside while the grown-ups talked. Right.
Okay,
Yeah, Mal has not met him.
admittedly, I did not mean to say that like that. I just meant I didn't want your little protege with us. I did not mean that you are a child. I definitely realize that you're like a decade older than I am.
So are we meeting in a hookah tent, Keith?
No. He has
Disappointed.
Are we meeting in the sewers?
no.
Gilded Lily.
We need to go find Okra.
The Melted Muse.
Yes.
No.
No. He gives you the name of an inn that has a fairly large common room, and gives you sort of directions. It's about a block or so off of the main town square.
Perfect.
Off of a little side street, so there's not a lot of like main traffic. Few city guards patrolling. They seem to be on edge, but they're sort of more watching towards the city wall. They're not really paying a whole lot of attention to people who are not wearing imperial
armor. Yep.
imperial armor,
Uh-huh.
imperial
Yeah, no, that's
uniforms.
fair.
This is
Um,
where you get bad things.
So who all went?
I would have gone.
All of us.
I have no reason to go.
I don't think it would be a bad
I
idea.
would say you could sit outside and let us know if any soldiers are coming, but you guys didn't do a very good job of that last time.
Well, I mean, the clarity of the instructions were very unclear.
Instructions unclear.
I'll stay back with Tommy.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Okay. So you guys are staying back at the
Should
shack.
we have a tussle?
How long has it been since I've said the
like
a-
2 days.
Not even that.
Not even that.
No, it's been like less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. You left there when this
I
started
probably
going
haven't
down.
made money. Okay.
Oh yeah, we were leaving. Oh yeah, because you and I were leaving the Gilded Lily when everything started going to shit.
Yeah, that was like a
Less
day
than 24
ago.
hours.
Yeah. We're probably about 24 hours at this
I
point.
will go to town.
Okay.
I will not go with you guys to visit this person.
Okay.
Forgot his name.
Miles.
Should I watch her?
Yes. yes.
Yes.
You should. yes.
I'm gonna go be Dell's keeper while
Okay.
you guys.
So where are you? So you guys are going wherever Dels is going.
Apparently the Gilded
Tommy and
Me.
Tobago.
Tobago, not toboggan, Tobago. So Tommy and Tobago are staying at the Shaggin.
Are you staying in the Shaggin or are you going into town?
Where are you guys
Well,
going?
you wanted us.
We're going from this meeting probably to tell the garrison to pack up or get killed.
It might be a good idea to meet up with everybody.
Yeah, so like I would say you guys
Full
should
force?
come into town with us. You just don't have to come to the meeting we're going to.
Okay.
But you wanted
Give
us to
him a
stay
shopping
outside.
list.
If you guys are willing to like
We
hang
will.
out outside and keep an eye out so that, you know, nothing bad happens, I'd be happy to have you. I don't have a lot of faith that you'll do us much good there, but I wouldn't say no.
Is there like an alley nearby that I can?
No, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's a good
for sure.
place for me to go.
Okay.
That's
And post up as a.
So
Yeah.
so Tobago has found a spot in an alley.
Just got a cloak over me.
Look.
Yep, the
Is it a
sage would
cloak
do
sized
cloak.
for you, or is this like a regular person cloak? So it's like a little half
My
kit.
leg goes down. my
Yeah.
stomach.
Okay. So you and Tommy are together there in the
I'm with them. too.
alleyway, and Mal's there as well. So let's have one person from each group just roll a d20.
As our leader.
You guys don't want me to do it.
No.
Oh, I was so,
11?
you know, what my boss
11?
was here.
It's not great.
Don't you have an inspiration?
I do.
You do.
I'm gonna use
Do you
mine.
want to spend on this?
I'm gonna, yes. I don't trust
But it's
you.
just a flat d20.
Mildly better. Mildly better.
It's 13.
13. Okay.
It was almost a 20.
And somebody from Killian's group.
Oh, I'll do it. 18.
Wait.
All right. Cool.
We're together but separate.
Okay.
It's me.
We're
you-
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the three of us
Yeah.
and everybody
Is
else.
that like one of those relationship statuses where it's complicated? Together but separate?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So we'll start with the group that is going to see the council. So you guys enter the tavern, enter the common room. You have instructions on where to go, so you know that you're gonna go right past the actual common room back to one of the private dining rooms, one of the larger ones. You let yourselves in. The room is empty, but there is a long sort of banquet table with places for there are places for all of the group, as though he wasn't real sure who all was going to be here, but there are places for you guys. So
We stop him from getting in because we're defending the door.
He was like, whoa, who are you? Let's see some ID.
So you guys sit down at your places at the table. An attendant comes by, lays food and drink in front of you, leaves the room, and pulls the door shut behind her. As she does, there is sort of a flash. There's sort of a flash, and 6 figures appear at the table with you.
Oh,
5 of them are hooded and have their hoods
Yep.
pulled real deep. Miles is standing at the head of the table with his hood thrown back.
this is like an official meeting.
Activating radar.
Okay.
That's not creepy at all.
Well, perhaps it is, but it is for our safety as much as
Aren't
for
there
yours.
supposed to be 7 of you?
Well, I think we know what happened with that.
Yes. So we found the corpse of our 7th. A quite old corpse of our 7th.
How long?
Hard to tell. Perhaps half a year.
Keith,
And
does
you-
this?
It
how,
does.
how does the math line up
It,
with
it
you?
lines up.
Ah,
Yes, that would line up.
okay.
Connecting the dots here.
6 months ago, we defeated the elven drow woman.
What's her?
In
Oh, the
Nora?
tower witch.
Nora.
Nora.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nora.
I wasn't there for
Nora,
that,
Nora
that's why.
came here, killed the 7th member, and took their place.
Oh, okay, got it.
Well,
Got
I
it.
suppose that answers one of the questions.
Yes.
Don't suppose you would know where this person currently is?
No. But we have questions and plans if ever the individual is found.
Great, good news. Well, that I suppose answers the questions we had about all of that.
Yeah.
Based on what they may have done as your 7th member, do you have any ideas of what their larger motives or plans might have been?
Unfortunately, no. Our departed member dabbled with the magics of death. Always with an eye towards bettering the town. Not real sure how. I don't get it myself, but anyway, that's what he claimed. We did notice about 6 months ago an uptick in his activities. We didn't think anything of it. It frankly never came up. Last night, we had a meeting. We 7 had a meeting, and the imposter was there. And I mentioned your plans. And apparently, the imposter took the opportunity to cause chaos among the garrison.
I mean, that did work in our favor.
Yeah.
Could have wished for it to be a little quieter, though.
Yeah. With that in mind, what is the strength of your supporters? Are you prepared to move on the garrison?
I say yes, but provisionally, because clearly the imposter knows our plans as well. I don't know how much of what we had built up, what plans we had laid, have been compromised.
That's fair.
So in that case, do you think that this imposter needs to be taken care of before we move forward?
Ideally, yes, but I don't know where he or she is. I don't even know who it is.
Her name is Nora, apparently. Either of you want to fill that in since you were there?
We had a run-in with Nora a little over 6 months ago. She had a flying tower that she was based out of and was using goblins in the Valley of the Four Kings to amass. She was looking for something. She was looking for a key to something, and well, we tracked her to a glacier where she had set down the tower and defeated her for the most part. We kept her alive to ask some questions, but she was able to escape. She was dealing in dark planar magic from someplace called the Abyss, or whichever one the demonic one is.
That's not good.
But on the upside, it seems like she is no friend to the Empire either. So I don't know what she would hope to gain by preventing us from ousting the garrison.
True. I just hate to ally myself with someone I'm not sure of.
No, I just, hopefully she won't take action to prevent us from ousting them. What her actual goals are, who knows. We are prepared to go today. We estimate that the garrison is at about 150 men after the recent events.
Well, that is somewhat. They've taken quite the hit then.
Yeah, we are prepared to go today to deliver an ultimatum that they either withdraw or surrender, or be destroyed.
So you're looking for something to back up your ultimatum.
I'm not actually too worried about that, given their recent losses.
Got folks coming in.
We do know that there are 2 more battalions on their way here.
That could prove a problem.
Yeah. So you may want to enact measures to fortify the city. We're going to try and come up with a way to deal with them before they get this far. But we only found out about it actually just after our last meeting. So we still need to gather some information and lay plans to deal with it.
So he's going to sort of take a look down the table at his fellows, and each one of them in turn, as he looks at them, each one of them just nods. It's like, very well, we shall put our plans in motion.
We appreciate the support.
Do you need anything else from us?
At this time, no. I just would prepare yourselves for possible Imperial movements this direction and get ready for a lot more chaos. Judging by what we've learned, it sounds like the Empire is going through a schism of sorts between the Order and the Empress and the royal family. So things are probably going to get a lot more chaotic before it stabilizes.
And along with that, this is not a permanent place for our group. We're going to do our best to try to help fortify and support, but eventually we're going to have to move on. So you do have to be prepared to handle this on your own.
Understood.
We do have a strong support base in the Valley of the Four Kings, and it's the most geographically defensible position we've come across so far. So if you need to make evacuation plans or measures, in that direction would probably be your safest bet.
Okay.
But I will leave that at your discretion.
We'll start planning for evacuation should it become necessary.
Before we do leave, I will give you the necessary codes and ciphers to communicate with some of our other assets in the area, so that you will not be totally without support. But
Appreciated.
I think that's all we had. You seem to have resolved our mystery of the person controlling last night's events. So
Very well. Enjoy your meal.
thank you.
And he snaps his fingers, and there's a flash of light, and the table is still there. It's much shorter now, and the room is also smaller. Like there's a wall that wasn't there
Yeah.
before.
That's handy.
And there's a knock at the door, and then the server comes in, places some more food and drink around the table.
Thank you.
Should we eat this now? Should we take some for everybody else?
Doggy
I
bags.
don't know why we should waste this food.
It was a long meeting.
We can take out stuff for the
It's a long
others.
meeting. He grabbed the shrimp off.
You want us to have one of these?
Yeah, so it sounds like we
Nips
enjoy
it.
our meal and we take some leftovers.
Okay. Dells and Simi, where you headed?
What do you think?
Okay, so I think I might have all this info in the book that my cat peed on. But so I
Curses.
currently have on my little sheet that I have 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
I don't know if that's with all the money that I've made with.
That sounds like your starting gold.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like you're starting to
So I don't have a record of how much monies I may have made off my paper stuff.
I mean,
Exploit.
not a lot. I mean, it's probably not any more than another like 2 or 3 gold. You haven't made a lot, and
It's like you need to grow your porn empire.
and they're not. You know, the agreement you have with the madam is for not a lot per customer.
I mean,
Not
gold
now.
is a lot if you're talking about little flyers and
Yeah.
stuff. Like that's a lot of little
Yeah,
flyers.
you're
so.
getting like
You
one or
underestimate
you're getting like 1 or 2 silver per person.
Okay. Well, I head to a market.
Okay.
I assume with Danny in tow. Assuming that she doesn't look like a monk.
I
No,
mean,
no.
Not anymore.
Okay.
No, she
other
doesn't.
clothes and
Okay.
have a scraggly haircut. I probably now look more like a pirate than a monk.
Cool.
But you are a pirate, so.
I keep forgetting this, but yes, kinda.
So I go to the market and I want to scout out how much like dried fish, salted fish, pickled fish. I want to find out how much, if there's any.
So you're not going to be able to find seafood in the market
Okay.
unless you go down to like the riverside. And there are a few places where you can find freshwater seafood, but it's mostly like wholesale. It's not retail. It's like it's where the restaurants in town would come down and meet with the river fishermen
So
who've
you
been
could buy fresh, whole fishes.
Yes. It's like
Well,
Fisherman's
fish is
Wharf. You know, it's
Um.
kind of that you get there and these fish are flying through the air
Okay,
as,
so there's
as
no like salted, pickled, dried.
no, this is fresh stuff for the most part.
Okay, so maybe then to like a butcher or whatnot. I'm looking for meats.
You can do that.
Okay.
That's easy enough. You'll find you'll find butcher shops that have veal and pork and
No, we don't do
beef.
Let's do
Not in the
a
fish
fish.
village anyway.
A couple of them have venison, so
Okay.
so there's probably
So I'm looking for dried meats. Meats that will keep.
okay. You're not going to find those at a butcher shop. For
Okay.
that, you probably want to go to like a general store.
Okay, I head so to one.
Probably the same one that Toboggan went to.
Probably.
Yeah, probably so.
Gonna buy them
Actually,
all out of salami.
So I go on in,
okay.
Stick of whatever.
and is it a man running the show?
Are
You
you
don't
gonna
know this
try and
person's
Are
preferences.
you gonna try and trade pamphlets for
You
food?
know what?
No, I don't think it is. I think it was I think it was a woman.
Uh-huh.
I think it was a little gnome, wasn't it? Or
I'll give you monthly access to my OnlyFans if you feed.
I don't remember what
I didn't write that down.
race she was, but I'm pretty sure it was a female shopkeeper.
It's okay, I don't see race.
Or gender.
So I go on in and I ask, how I'm looking to buy a large quantity of kept meats.
Okay. If you'd been here yesterday, I could have helped you, but had had a customer come in and buy quite a large amount yesterday.
Some really big guy.
Really big guy. He needed a lot of food.
Do you have any meats?
Oh yeah, I have some. I just don't have like a large quantity.
Okay. What is the largest quantity of a singular meat type do you have?
6 inches.
Feeling generous, are we?
So I've got. I think I've got about a quarter pound of venison jerky.
It's not a lot.
Why do you want one specific? No.
Why do you want meat?
Okay. What about a large quantity of... I'm trying to stock up for
Okay.
the winter.
What are you, bear?
Winter's almost over technically in this world.
See me audibly snorts.
Is there any, well, not fruit because they would go bad. Any like pickled vegetables or prepared?
Give me a second. I might have some pickled and give me a second.
Yeah, of course.
Pickled prince.
See, this just reminds me of the time I was helping clean out somebody's basement and we found a jar of honey from 1986.
Nice.
Ugh.
I'm just gonna look over while they're looking.
It does. It
Well, that's
turns
true.
black. It's not particularly
Molasses.
tasty.
Oh, you tried?
I'll look over
Yeah,
and be
we
like,
did.
Oh, great.
Dells, winter? Are you a squirrel? Like, it's normal for people to need to travel.
They give her the pickled stuff, and she's just like,
In the fishing
Jamel
village.
once surprised me.
everyone in the
Yeah,
fishing
well,
village has
isn't it
pouches in their
Elwick?
mouth.
Elwick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look, I'm not good at lying, okay?
Why lie then?
You're getting it for travel. It wouldn't be a lie. Are you?
I was going to say I am buying it to outfit this magic wagon that is outside of town.
Why is that your go-to response?
That's true.
You didn't just say you're going to eat it.
I
Don't
would
say
like
anything.
50 pounds of meat for me to eat today.
Generic travel. That's all. Like, people travel. That's a normal thing for people to need.
Not in
I
the fishing
never
village.
handled the food. It was just a caravan. I just paid them. They fed me.
She
I don't
needed some
know.
pickled
I have
prince.
so many questions. My word.
We have caravans in this magic world, do you not?
I mean, we do. But
Also, nobody asked you to supply food for this group either.
It is a gift.
we trade food in the fishing village.
Sure.
Food for fashion.
Fishing village.
These are Daniel's socks.
Regarding your fishing village, while they're still getting that stuff back there,
Yes.
it dawns on me. Those terrifying things came out of nowhere. Killian disappears somewhere. Like, what do you feel like the chances are that everything that can just zip in and out of existence is coming from your fishing village? Like, is that where things get banished to?
What?
What?
We catch fish. We make fine food and fine fashion. We do not deal in eldritch horror.
Are you sure?
That's what someone that is on
Says Cthulhu through your mouth.
Your friend turns into a giant flying lizard.
I mean, maybe he should be in your fishing village.
Maybe.
Do not take dogs to the dog park.
Do not look at the dog.
That's my point exactly. Maybe he is from your fishing village.
So you
You're
start
falling
to
deeper and deeper into your lines.
so you start to hear sort of the clinking of glass on glass, and she comes back and puts like this open top like
Wow.
crate of
Salsa.
jars. As you pull them out, some of them are like pickles, like pickled pickles.
Okay.
Some of them are pickled okra. Some of them are pickled beets. Some of them are pickled asparagus. Some of them are pickled Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
There's one jar of pickled cabbage.
Okay.
Prince.
This is great. Do you have an itemized list of what's all in this thing here?
I could probably put one together for
I
you.
think Killian.
The boss of our
We'll
wagon
need
would
that.
want an itemized list.
Because
Broken down by financial quarter, please.
because the DM will need to give that to Killian because I'm going to be giving it to Killian.
The DM can just tell me how many pounds of food it is total, and I'll just decide how to distribute that amongst the various pickled goods.
That's true. How much would this whole container cost?
And now Keith must do pickling.
Pickled math.
Gold and a half.
Oh, could I possibly pay to have it delivered?
Because you don't have to carry it.
Sure.
To our secret
That'll
camp.
be 2 gold.
I can carry it. It's
Oh,
fine.
can you lift this?
I mean, I'm sure I can.
Like,
If she-
can you?
You just watch
That's
somebody
true.
carry it out.
That's true. A gnome or whatnot.
Gnome
Apparently.
or something.
It's something. Never mind. Never mind. We shall take it. We shall
Okay,
take
gold and a half.
it. Gold and a half.
We're gonna go visit the garrison with like a bunch of pickled stuff.
I just imagine her paying to get it delivered, and we're at like our secret hideout, and like someone just comes up. Is this? I have pickles for you.
DoorDash for
Killan.
kill.
Killan.
For little kill.
It says deliver to the Shagon.
What's this? Oh, yeah. There you go.
Keith, am I to assume these numbers are in pounds?
No, so that's
Jars?
It's not quart jars. It's like it's a bigger jar than that. It's like almost a half-gallon jar.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now you have half-gallon bottles.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Great. We technically okay. That could be useful. As long as you don't pick up dead things and put them in there.
We're not going to talk about the troll part.
I thank her. And leave with
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Some dried fruits, things maybe would be lovely.
Okay. 5 silver for another couple pounds of dried fruits, assorted dried fruits.
2 silver, you said?
Yeah, a couple silver.
Hey, Killian, at least she didn't think to get you a cow.
To infect.
To impregnate. I could experiment on it.
Spider.
We could keep the cows in the ethereal plane, which would cut down on.
Travel costs.
They still have to eat though.
You eat the spider.
Eat spiders.
See me. Make me a perception check.
10 by 10 cow. Or a 10 by 10 spider is gonna be.
Oh, that's
like,
high.
It's like a 10 by 10 cow.
I would have that roll
10 by
better
10
than
spider is gonna be bigger
bigger.
than cow.
It's gonna be a
Take it down
26.
some packs.
Okay.
We're being watched. The government has a secret system.
It spies us every day, every hour of every day.
Birds aren't real.
I know because I built it.
Oh my gosh, we have a mechanical bird.
At least that bird.
Oh
isn't real.
dear. Only Danny's gonna be able to see whatever this is.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, we're arm wrestling.
The guys are just arm
And
We're
wrestling.
like
And
a
we're-
million of you two specifically arm wrestling.
We're letting all their leftovers get soggy in a bag while we feast on everything else.
I haven't had fresh soup like this.
You realize at any point while you're in town, you could go to a restaurant and buy
I know,
soup.
but we're busy. There's the Dell's watches. There's the regular watches.
Okay,
You're
fair.
not here.
Neither of you seem to be liking this caviar, so I'm just gonna slide it closer to me.
Yeah, I never.
Yeah,
really
you can
got
have
the
that,
fish
and the weird duck egg things. Yeah, those are for you.
I will take the cheese, like all of it. Oh, and is that fruit? Not dried.
Keeping secrets, are we?
We're not there.
Dried fruit is
No, I
fun.
didn't-
I appreciate your efforts, but I do understand why you don't have an apple tree in the Shaggin.
Yeah.
You suppose?
So make me another perception check, both of you this time.
That's in the garden expansion.
Oh gosh.
How careful
The
is
garden
she
DLC.
of the store?
Pretty careful.
I have 12.
Plus 9, 24. I kind of forgot
Actually-
I had a tray.
So the two of you do catch sight, sort of the curtains to the back sort of flutter for a second, and the two of you catch sight of a sort of a largish man in the back of the sort of the private home area of the shop.
For a brothel.
He doesn't seem familiar to you guys,
Means you make better
but
money.
just you do take note of him there.
What if that's the guy that bought all the meat?
Pretty sure she was talking about. Now I keep trying to call it Toblerone.
Toboggans?
No, it's
Tobago. Tobago.
Tobago.
Tobacco.
Bongos!
We have Toby and Toby and
Tobacco.
Like,
It's a cool name, I promise.
like is the curtain behind her, like behind the counter, sort of a thing, or is it?
Yeah. So it's at the
Cuba.
back. It's at the back of the shop, and it leads into the back. She went that direction to sort of check the stores and brought the pickled stuffs back.
Yeah.
But you can kind of tell there's a long hallway there, and it looks like it might end in like a private residence. So it's like they live in the shop as well as running it as a shop.
Mage hand, right?
When will you get more meat?
What's that?
When will you get more meat?
As soon as you walk out the door.
Probably not until next week.
server refresh.
We weren't expecting to sell out as quickly as we were.
We know we can get
Give me
spider.
one quick second. I'm gonna kind of like shuffle out the door just really fast, just stopping right outside the door. And Killian and Mal, I'm gonna like message you two both simultaneously. Found your gem, Mal. Should I get it? Involves a pickpocket.
Ah, I forgot that we saw that the gem had been moved to the back of a general store.
Oh, garbage.
so mid arm wrestle. So you're like, how?
I like to imagine that you go, huh? And then
And that was to you too, Killian.
Oh, you asked, should I go? I found Mel's gem. Should I go after it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I would have to steal it.
ask the gnome woman, are you married?
Wait, you'd have to steal what,
Yes,
what has been
actually.
already stolen, though. So it's not really
Happily?
stealing. It's
happily.
I paid for it.
Yes.
Yes, this is true.
Now, do we want?
I mean, that's good.
I'm gonna use all of the
I
charges.
guess.
I mean, do we want to just like turn them over to the authorities?
Do you think we need to steal it, or can we confront them and have them return it to us?
Do you want me to try?
Not without other people there.
Okay, then I won't do anything now. Okay.
How's the meeting going?
Delicious.
We brought food.
We ate
We've killed them.
them.
Indeed.
That was Killian's plan all along. The spiders have infected him.
Over everyone.
Now we get a cool ring that lets us just eat corpses we find along the road.
Oh dear.
Just a little Skyrim reference for everyone.
Oh dear.
So I'll come back in at that point.
Okay, that didn't count.
I'm like, do you want a portrait of you for your husband to look at fondly?
Would you like me to make a nude of you for your husband?
Do you like a boudoir
Would you
shot?
like a
Photo shoot.
boudoir sketch?
That's Dell's.
But I would just use my
Class act.
imagination.
I'll do a nude, but not actually you.
We
I don't.
go.
I don't think he's ever
Sorry.
thought about this question.
I mean,
I
this
live-
is really good if
I
that's
live
a
to
thing that
challenge
you're
my
interested in.
She
Andrew
so
is
she
still
she,
in this room.
she really does look like flummoxed. It's like
I have a portfolio.
It's not everybody's thing. It's okay.
Well, you asked for a pencil, Stephen.
I know. I asked if you got one out.
sweetie, he gets to see me every night anyway.
Yeah, but when he's at work or something.
He works here.
I let Danny
Thank you.
see me pull me out
Have a
my
really good day.
I mean,
You can represent us
Oh
with the
my
gilded
Have fun.
Tell her I sent you.
Only I forgot what
ring,
name I'm
ding,
under.
ding, ding, ding.
Madame Dupont.
So we'll go and go back and meet up with you guys.
So the guys in the alley keeping watch,
What are you doing?
arm wrestling.
You know what she's doing.
So you've already lost once.
At least.
So let's
Probably
do
more, considering.
So let's do athletics checks between the two of you.
Great.
I think Tommy needs in on this
Oh.
too.
Oh yeah.
You're screwed. That's a 21.
25.
Oh!
What?
Yep. 18 plus 7.
All right. So you have one. So you have one success.
Except his arm is like down here. 'Cause
It's just a leverage advantage is all
Roll
it
again.
is.
First one to 3 wins.
Well, I've already lost 1, so that's 10.
14.
All right. So Mal pushes him over, and then
Toboggan!
Tobacco gets him back up to center.
Torbjorn!
Roll.
That's a 25.
27.
And then,
Natural 20.
Unbelievable.
and then so
6 to 9.
Mal gets him
If only you rolled it when it counts.
takes him back. So with a natural 20, you've almost got him, but not quite. Roll again.
Mal does the
Over the top.
24.
Nope.
So he pushes back a little bit. You still have the advantage, but roll again.
10.
Another 24.
Right. So you get him back up to center.
Oh, 9.
27.
You got him. So that was a natural 20 again.
Yep.
So you've got him almost. He's got you on the ropes.
Over the top, Stephen! Over the top!
16.
8.
You're able to push him back.
This is nuts.
20.
25.
Got him back up to center.
Ooh. 24.
Nope. We're even on these, aren't we? Oh no, you have one more.
Lock your wrist, Mal! Lock your wrist!
21. Big 21 also.
21, yeah.
All right. So it doesn't go anywhere.
12.
Ooh, 23.
Almost got him.
Lock
a
your
little bit more.
wrist!
A little bit more.
20.
19.
Punches back.
9.
I mean, I feel like we should just make them
Almost got him. Almost got him.
26.
24.
Pushes back.
Can we just have them actually arm wrestle now?
Yeah, go for it.
I am on board.
Where are we doing this?
I don't know. Where?
Let's just lay on the ground.
Let's just lay on the
wrestle on the
The
ground.
screen can't see it.
Yeah.
If it's on the ground.
No, point one of the camera.
Oh yeah, I guess I can just pick up the camera, right?
Wait, maybe we shouldn't.
I just saw Keith's heart palpitate a little bit when you said pick up his camera.
Or well, no, like the camera's turned. Right?
Yeah, I can spin one.
Maybe your shirts are constricted. Let's get
Give
some
me a
money
second
on the
here.
street.
Maybe we should just take them trips to kiss.
My baby brother.
I don't know that it.
Oh, your baby brother and your baby daddy.
I can't see you. I can't see
That
you
is
for the-
technically true.
We're here.
That is
Yeah,
not
I
incorrect.
can't see you.
Not
That's
argue
okay.
with that.
There are some
We see
OnlyFans
your legs.
that are into that.
Why?
I literally cannot see you guys. Moving to-
They're playing on the ground with like their Legos or something.
All right.
All right, go for it.
Lock your wrist.
Come on, Steven! Are you trying?
No. I'm not sure I can get you. I'm not sure that I have the strength to actually push you back. That I can hold you forever.
Quote it.
That's
I'm gonna hold you forever.
I'm not sure that I can push you back, but I can hold you forever.
What does this show become?
I stopped asking that
If
a long
anyone
time
just
ago.
is like scrolling through random pages, all they're gonna see is two dudes sitting on the floor.
By a dwarf.
Stephen, that took your entire body.
Well, no, I just had to
Oh my
move my arm.
I kept doing this with my wrist.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
It's my baby
can't.
carriage arm.
My arm slipped. The ground wasn't even.
I like to imagine that because you're a Goliath and a dwarf, you're doing this on the ground in the alleyway.
Oh yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's probably the only way.
Only way for it to be fair.
Yeah.
And I like the thought of like the background, like people like.
See, like through, over the trash
Well,
cans,
he's
just these feet
in a big
kicking.
cloak.
No, he's in a half cape with a hood.
Like, why is the guy in wrestling a child?
It's so
There's a dice tray, and then suddenly Keith moves, and it's just your face.
Like legs like sticking out.
They just kick in.
Oh gosh.
And as you started pushing, like you just see like the legs came up and the whole. You could see your body like doing the worm. The
Ting, 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 ting.
Grenade.
So people at the mouth of the
You're
the,
making
the
money.
alley are tossing coins at you guys.
I mean, I
And-
feel like if we got another match. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
something's gotta.
Toss a coin
It's
to
like-
arm wrestlers.
So it's 9 silver.
She's gonna draw this
Everyone
later.
makes more money than Dells.
Tell me about it, and I'm gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be way more graphic in my brain.
It's
than
gonna
it
be like a
actually
super
was.
erotic.
They're
arm wrestling
naked.
match.
All right,
Kissing.
Tommy.
What's up?
You're next. Mal just has
He's
the
like, we're
advantage
making
because
money,
his
man.
arm is so short.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Are you guys doing that?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Athletics
Doing
check.
rolls first.
Doing rolls
Best
first.
night ever.
So I'm gonna give myself disadvantage on this now.
Okay.
You said athletics?
Athletics. Yes.
Plus 7. All right.
Me too. 10.
That's a 9.
Oh.
All right. So Mal
brand Gatorade.
takes the advantage.
It'd be
First
16,
go.
wouldn't
Is
it?
it good?
I figure it's 9 plus.
This flavor.
Or
7?
Yeah, nice plus 7.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you totally stomped me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was thinking +2.
Yeah, that's an 8.
No, that's yeah, it's 20.
All right. So you've almost got him.
No. 11.
No. Math. Help me.
Like,
Yeah, it's like 10.
12, 13, 14.
It's actually really good.
Oh, I mean, it's
19.
more than 10.
19. Yeah, it's more.
Bam. So it's like so Tommy gets down there and he's just like, yeah. I'm not gonna. Bam.
Yeah, it's the. Oh, we started.
Sorry, I got tired in the first one. He's got a point of strength on you, I think, because he's stronger than me too.
I mean,
But-
allegedly.
We've not seen the
paper.
evidence of it yet.
On paper, I'm strong, but in practice, not so much.
Man.
Good work, guys.
Well done.
Like the crowd parts and Simi has been standing there going,
And I'm like,
"The hell?"
Please tell me that we walk out in time to see this.
Are we doing like?
I mean, you guys were in there for long enough for
Yeah.
your meeting and eating.
Yep.
So
Well, I wasn't with
Dang
them,
it, probably
but
not.
yeah. So, is this gonna be like naked arm wrestling for you?
oh yeah, it's already like, I'm already shading butt cheeks.
Greco-Roman arm wrestling.
Yeah, I'm like,
They're sweaty.
They're oiled up.
That's gonna say.
Hairless.
They've got
Yep.
that like look as they.
They're only partially hairless.
Partially. Only shaved
Mal
one
lost a
butt cheek
bunch of
today.
his hair.
She'll go you with-
So yeah, at this point, everyone sort of gathers back up.
We're gonna come out with little doggy bags.
It's just like a bunch of random coins thrown on the ground in front of them.
Okay, so we divide this evenly, yeah?
How much was it?
3 silver apiece.
Yeah.
Huh.
What did you dance for the passerbys or something?
push you back, but I
No.
even better look. And I show what is a sexy drawing in case you can't tell.
Hold on, what?
What?
It's
On the paper, it's
Ooh, that's beautiful.
We were arm wrestling.
With your clothes on or off?
Let me see. Oh man.
it's all kinds of tangled up.
Wow.
There was a lot
I
more
was
than
not
arm
wrestling
wrestling.
with that particular appendage.
Like,
I just
Artistic
oh,
license.
I just had the worst. Imagine somebody in the gym working out for that kind of arm wrestling. And just,
I think that's called sword fighting, actually. Anyway,
look, all I did was buy pickled food.
I'm sorry,
for the cart.
Nat.
I just want to point that out.
No, it's fine.
this is not the first time.
nor will it be the last.
What?
I mean, there's not like full-on erotica being written right now, so.
That's true.
That's happened though.
She's still writing.
Someday Steph's gonna be like, I have this book.
The tell-all.
It's like a
So we going?
celebrity spill.
Yeah, I think so.
Market.
Or the general store for the
Is that a? What,
It was in
why
the
do
general
you have a
store.
box?
I bought supplies
Oh, I forgot, yeah.
for the trip.
She bought a bunch of pickled stuff.
Oh, it'll keep.
Is that a half gallon of salsa?
It's 2.
A gallon of salsa?
Yep.
We
Hey,
have
I
a
mean-
big man now.
I eat a lot.
Well, okay then.
There we
That
go.
was
Very thoughtful of you.
I also have some dried fruit.
Okay, so
Okay.
we're gonna go deal
People
with
want.
the
Yep.
thief, and you said he's at the.
Oh, we're gonna do that first.
That's what she was asking.
I mean, you could probably do it whenever, but it might move depending. Like, it's just sitting on the top of the shelf right now.
Oh.
Yeah, the thing that
I-
Mal was supposed to get.
I feel like
Out.
I am currently prepared for intimidating a garrison, not for finessing a stolen gem.
I mean, aren't we gonna basically do the same thing? Like,
can go
you're
back
gonna
in.
give me that back because it was stolen.
No, but we could.
or we could just steal it.
I'll create a distraction.
Or we could create another distraction.
Let's do it. Act out the drawing.
I'll be like,
No, actually, just
Yeah.
kidding. You can make the distraction.
So what's happening?
Well, we're either going to the garrison or we're going to get a gem. Dealer's
I mean, the
choice.
gem isn't really for me, but
But it gets it out of play. Whatever it does.
Dealer's choice.
why do we need a gym?
Because we paid for it.
and because it's
Potentially dangerous.
Oh yeah, I forgot we paid for it.
it's an
Yeah.
artistic piece.
Right.
But do the
Right.
8 of us really need to go get a gem? Or a full 8 of us go threaten a garrison?
I mean, the garrison probably
Probably
the more the
we
better.
wanna-
I
Yes,
think
yeah.
that's probably high
I
priority.
also can do the thing of like I did just like reach out to touch Killian, and before my hand ever gets there, like he gets the like I can just grab it.
But you were just pointing at Killian.
She does the same thing to Mal.
What are you doing?
Mage
Mage
handing
hand.
you.
Oh,
I have
mean-
telekinesis. I don't know if that.
I mean that would.
we could,
We do that to him.
however you would like to mage.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and run that real fast? Because
Yeah,
I feel like that's gonna be quick.
Sure,
You
because
say
our
that.
side quests have never taken overly long periods of time.
I mean, we're still in town.
Yep.
Come on, let's do a record. Let's do this under 10 minutes. Let's do this.
Speed run, guys.
All right,
Let's
smash and
run
grab
aside.
time.
Yep.
Okay, so we're not
Boom!
intimidating.
Just
we're
break out the
grabbing it
back
and going.
door.
I mean, can't you like be invisible and just go grab it?
I mean, I can also
Just do that.
I can help cause a distraction.
Okay, are we doing the distraction and picking it up thing?
I
I'm
mean,
fine with that.
some
Okay.
of us can just distract by buying things.
I will
That's
throw
not
all
fun.
of my
I think
horn.
that that's
we could ask
actually
to borrow their
probably an
counter so
excellent
we don't
idea.
have to do this on the floor.
I doubt that.
Is there enough room on the counter for the two of you?
We're not gonna lay on the counter.
I mean, she would like that.
We are down 1 minute on the speeder.
All right, so somebody make a decision right
Sneak
now.
it.
Okay, great. Go do it.
You can go grab it. Go.
I'm gonna go in to cause a
2 minutes down.
And so I caught distraction and I saw
Killian
it
will
going
wait
back in
outside to make
store,
sure
right?
law enforcement doesn't show up.
the same, it's the same store, right?
Same store.
Okay, I'll come back in.
And I will follow you as though you got away from me.
This pickle
I
wasn't
have a
pickled.
sheaf- I have a sheaf of corn. And I'm just
I'm
like,
so sorry, man. I'm so,
Go!
so terribly
So
sorry,
her
man.
her cheeks like get red.
Advantage
and
because you're
I-
invisible.
she blushes
you to put
deeply.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's
there's got to be something here you
she's
like.
not from here.
I have so many genres.
That's like intimidation.
Sweetie, my
I really hope
She doesn't get the
somebody's
social
actually
cues.
stealing the thing right
Is
now,
your
or just going in and
husband
she's showing
Keith?
porn.
I rolled a 27 for 29 for stealth.
Okay. All right. They're doing their thing.
3 minutes down.
Do make me just
Can you
a
think of anything
like a
else?
charisma, just a straight
We're only
charisma roll.
stealing what's already been stolen and we paid for it.
Okay, like a save.
You will no just a straight charisma roll.
So plus.
You will have advantage because Simi is helping you to try and distract the shopkeep.
Oh, sorry, here. I was playing with my dice.
Surely I have something.
Oh,
Um,
the 18 plus 5. Yeah.
23.
Okay. You have her full attention. She is flustered. She
I'm
is
so
blushing
sorry.
hard. She's like you can tell that she's like look. She keeps looking down and looking away like embarrassed, but also a little bit like
Little interested.
oh those are interesting. But her attention is solidly on these two. So Cabbage, you've seen the gem. You know what you're looking for. It is on just on a top shelf in the back of the store.
Okay.
Well away from the street. And in fact, it kind of looks like it's been set up there to try and keep it out of sight as much as possible.
Makes sense.
But Simi saw it. You know where to go to find it. Roll me a sleight of hand.
Okay. Do I get advantage because of my invisibility?
Are you invisible?
I am. Oh yes.
Yeah, she put up.
Then yes, you will have advantage.
Thank you. 23.
Okay. So you reach out and you grab it and slip it under your cloak and are able to basically get back to the front door to be there and ready when when the distraction is over and you guys make your escape.
But who's gonna tell me when it's
Yeah, actually,
over?
as I'm coming out, I'm going to kind of like pull on Dell's arm
Okay.
in a pattern. Not like pull you hard, but like a pattern so that you know.
Maybe this isn't for you. This feels like some advanced kind of stuff.
I mean, unless it is for you,
Unless
but
it is for you,
this
though.
was. She doesn't quite get how things work around a lot of places.
Oh my.
Was it this one?
I'm like, I'm just gonna leave this here for you.
And she
Like,
reaches out and grabs it from you and
thank you.
flips you a
for the
coin.
pickle
She doesn't
things.
even pay attention to whatever the coin is.
Just get out of here, guys. I'm like, we're just leave you alone. I
Yep.
think we just gotta pickles. And then we leave the store. Is there windows? Can she see out?
I mean, there are windows on the street. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep dragging.
Okay, so when we get out of view, I'm just
do
like,
this. We can't. What are you? Yeah, here.
it's
what?
we do this in the fishing village.
You hold hands in the fishing village.
We go like this in the fishing
So
village.
so Cabbage, as you're looking back as the three of you are leaving, she's kind of got the thing down under the counter and is looking at it.
What is this? Like, what?
And she tossed you a gold piece.
Yes!
Hey,
We got
hey!
free pickles.
Congratulations,
actually
Bassbreaker
sorted
Guild.
it.
We completed the side quest in 6 minutes.
Hallelujah.
Unlike 6 hours as it usually would take.
6 sessions.
Oh, okay, so
Personal
now we're
growth.
going.
Yes.
to
Oh, gross.
the- that's
Can I hold on to the gem? Or are you just going to hold on to it?
I figure I hold on to it until we get safely to the shack and away from all things.
or just out of sight of the town.
Yeah, I think we have to make a stop at the Shaggin since we've also got a box of pickles.
I mean,
Just
I think
take
we
it
could just
all.
take it with us.
Intimidate the
Hey,
carrots.
it's more intimidating for them to wonder what's in the box.
Can we borrow your cloak? Just put it over the top of the box.
Tick, tick,
I
tick,
mean-
tick, tick.
I'll just put Max in there too, and he can like peek out.
It's like an Indiana Jones where he gets the thing and folds it and they're all, and it's a coat hanger.
All right, so where are you guys going? What you doing?
Shaggin, it sounds like.
Oh, let's
Wait,
put
no, I thought we
garrison.
were
Will you
going
at least, will you at
Let's
least
do it.
allow us to, without any problem, just drop off the things at the Shaggin and then
Carry
go to the
on.
garrison?
I mean, we have to walk
We
way
not
out of
have,
town,
could not
though.
trip over anything.
It is way out of town.
I thought we were just putting a cloak on the box.
Yeah, let's just put the
I'm
cloak on
cool
the
with
box.
putting
And we
it
can
on
set
a
the
box.
box.
Mystery.
Yeah, like we can set the box aside when we're about to walk up to
You
the
should
garrison.
shake it
Okay.
like something inside is trying to get out.
Or
Max
just,
in there.
just Max is like,
In that case, Killian will find an alley real quick and right by the main gate and change into his battle armor.
Okay.
And he's gonna come out and
Yeah.
hand out mass like cloth bandanas, basically be like, okay, so for anyone who wants to cover their face,
Yeah, I
they've
do.
already seen my face.
I
so.
tie it up.
You.
That doesn't mean that.
I don't think it'll matter, but
you
I
know,
mean, some
for
of
a
them
guy
know
who
you.
wanted to kill everyone who had seen your face, you sure aren't concerned about it.
Well, because apparently we're not doing that, and we're sending them away, and having like a face to put with everything is probably a good idea.
I'm just
So,
saying.
I
I mean,
you might want a mouse cup.
I don't know that that'll matter.
he's kind of 8 feet tall. I don't think that that's yeah.
I haven't seen any other 8 feet tall Goliaths wearing a
He's
kilt.
close.
He is not wearing a kilt.
What is he really?
Were you wearing a kilt in the
Like,
army?
oh, I forgot
You
you.
bet I was.
Are you
Wait,
aware?
but didn't you have to wear like a uniform?
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't conform to the rules.
Yeah, what are they gonna tell him?
And that's why they beat you up.
Yep.
Got it.
Because you wore a skirt.
Good.
It is a European handbag.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. What is the name of the commanding officer at that garrison? Army boy.
Belthor.
Good.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time for me.
Belthor.
Belthor.
Keith's like
Rand Belthor.
No rank in front of that. Just Belthor.
General Belthor.
Not general. No.
General
Pump the
Belthor's was
brakes
demoted.
there.
Hold up. Hold up. No, it would be commander.
Commander Belthor.
Commander Belthor.
He's another
Okay. How many of you want to be out in the open? How many of you want to move in quietly, unseen?
Wait, so are we going for like intimidation?
I plan on walking up to them in my armor and demanding a meeting with their commanding officer.
Wait, are we bringing
So,
the,
like-
the lizard thing
What?
that they've already seen?
Inga?
No.
The white. I mean, we can, but basically, I'm just gonna go and be like, give them the ultimatum, and then if they turn it down, then
I can
So,
turn into
like-
the wyvern.
All right.
So what if we do sort of, okay, so like you go up with, whoever, and then a couple of us sneak in.
Yep,
all
sure.
invisible like, and then we disappear.
That is what he was asking.
Yep, that's exactly what I was
It
asking.
was definitely my idea first.
So
Sure.
I'm walking in. I'm gonna leave up to the rest of you to decide what you're gonna do.
All right,
I can
raise
be
your hand
invisible,
if you're.
you can be invisible.
I cannot turn myself invisible anymore.
That was
You
yesterday.
were literally bragging about that. Well, can't you do it anymore?
I focused instead on
Her Macarena spells.
Aren't you a sorcerer?
on like pyrotechnics and
Yeah, I thought it was only bards that did that.
I don't know. Keith said I could.
Oh no, that's fine. Like I didn't know that you were getting rid of spells.
Well, considering I had only survival things and no attacks, and now I have all these
Okay.
attacks, and now we want survival things. So make up your damn minds.
We just didn't know.
We did. We want both. Do both.
Okay.
many spells.
I am very sneaky naturally.
Okay.
I could lend temporarily the cloak to somebody.
If you wanted to lend it to her, I'm also very sneaky.
Someone's gonna they're gonna turn invisible, and you're just gonna hear him be like, "Hey, it's mine! Bye!"
Killian, I will
El
leave.
escape.
I had to kill a man for this.
True.
Killian, I will leave to you if you think that my presence is more intimidating if I just walk in with you, or if I.
It is up to you what you feel most comfortable with.
Oh, you should show your tattoos and stuff.
Wait, aren't they like under your shirt though?
No, like on a back.
Yeah, so is she gonna like walk backward with her shirt up?
No, I will be like.
This is my first time, just like all of you. I don't know. Do what you want.
Okay, you definitely need to be shirtless, just with the kilt, and maybe we should put blood spatters on.
I think she's styling this particular encounter.
Yeah.
I will.
Don't let Dels hear.
I also think you need to be shirtless.
I'm sensing a theme here.
I nominate Cabbage as the ruler of this plan making.
It's a tactic they use. You go shirtless.
Yeah,
you've
you
got
take off
blood
your
on
shirt,
your
you
face.
cover yourself in
You
oil,
yell,
your arm
just-
rests
Now-
on the ground.
No, no,
Are you getting this idea? Now, you believe
Cabbage
that-
reaches down and pushes the book back into her pack.
Now, when you were coming up with this idea, was the woman also scantily clad?
Aren't they always?
Are they always?
Sounds
Oh,
like
that would
one of
also
Del's
be an
drawings.
Intimidation factor. No.
You don't have to do that.
Okay, so I'm walking into the garrison. The rest of you feel free to join me when you're ready.
I'm with you, Killian.
With you.
Yep.
I'll have my my battle axe like this.
Okay, who's borrowing
on
the
my
cloak?
shoulder.
I mean, but how intimidating is it just have women pop in behind?
Killian is heading into the garrison. We are officially not waiting for them to sort that out.
So the guys are going in.
I'm going and following you.
And see.
You're honorarily one of the guys now.
I will sneak. And mine is a
Sorry,
24.
Kevin, but
I'm gonna
My
sit with the
idea was
crate.
good.
it was, but you were taking
I'm gonna sit-
way too long to decide
The
things.
problem is, no, I was taking not a very long time, and everybody just wasn't
Natalie,
working fast
Lance has a
enough.
goal of getting us out of this town by the end of tonight.
That's so cute.
That is really adorable.
Lance refers himself in third person.
Lance does.
All right. So you guys. So
I'm just
You guys
strolling
stroll
right up
in.
to the.
Okay, at this
Um,
point, I think it makes sense for everybody to just walk in.
okay.
I mean, so what my thinking was, some of you may feel more comfortable being invisible so that you aren't targeted if they do attack us immediately.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, that's I'm not
I
worried about
thought
it
you
because
were
I'm not
going
in my
for
stealth
an
armor.
intimidation factor.
I'm not too worried about that.
Theatrics.
Oh, well, I'm sneaking in anyway as an intimidation-y thing and like just
Yeah, like,
showing
that's
up
fine.
behind the person we're talking
I mean,
because
I'm
I
dressed
missed
up like
that
a
memo.
full-ass
I'm pretty
pirate.
sure
I'm
the
just gonna walk
intimidation
in.
factor is going to come from yesterday when half or a third, like 2/3 of the garrison all died in one night.
All right. So you head out. You've got sort of a rough location from your sand table of where the garrison has been set up. You top the rise, and you see laid out before you the encampment. It is nowhere near as organized as their previous encampment.
How many tents do they have versus how many burned?
There are only a handful of tents, maybe half a dozen. The commander's pavilion is obviously jury rigged. It's like they cut long limbs off of some of the trees.
Mhm.
They've got they sewed together just like white sheets of cloth and have draped it over it.
This is why I feel like the intimidation part is already done.
The only other large tent looks like it's a triage tent where they're tending to wounded soldiers, and there are a lot of those.
Yeah.
Most of the soldiers that you see, they're splattered with mud, caked with blood. Several of them are having to walk with the aid of crutches or staffs or walking sticks. The few weapons that you're seeing are tarnished and chipped and battered. This is an army that has been through it and is nowhere near the top of its game. So
Pop out my shadow next to me.
as you guys, as you top the rise and start down, the sentries do notice you, and they, there is sort of the rustle of activity in the camp. Not nearly as many soldiers as you would think pull weapons and start to form up, but it is a pitiful display.
I'm sitting at the top of their eyes with the box, watching.
Eating a pickle.
So I'm just gonna walk directly up to the sentries until they, do their little.
What business? Halt! What business do you have here?
We're here to speak with Commander Bellathor.
Who are you? Friend or foe?
Well, that depends on what your commander says. So why don't you run off and let him know he's got visitors?
Deserter! And he's pointing at you.
Let me make this
would
very
not
clear.
try that.
I'm not asking. I'm telling.
I'll give a low growl.
Trying to be as intimidating as possible, I suppose.
Good.
From behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What he said.
No.
Okay.
Frick.
From the other side, you hear a familiar voice directed at you. Adrian?
Oh, no.
I thought you were dead.
Oh
A lot of people keep saying that for some
Why does
reason.
everybody think that?
Okay, Mickey.
It's like,
It's just a Kingdom Hearts game.
well, wait, let him through. Let him through. Adrian at least used to be one of us.
Technically, the other guy was too, but
Just
okay.
gonna march on in then.
So the soldier that spoke up to you falls in beside you.
Oh boy.
He's like, so where you been?
Dead.
Dead, like you said, remember?
Witnessing my death. a bit
Come on, man.
Exaggerated.
Where you been?
I'm just anxiously listening.
Trying to think of how I can word this.
In hell.
He reunited with some long lost family.
Oh,
Aww.
but weren't you and the prince?
Who is like
So
so much
fighting?
knowledge?
I mean,
Who is she?
Half sister.
Oh. Oh. Do you know where Prince Milo is?
Braden, who can't lie.
This character's actually really good at lying.
Yeah, just
really
not to
good
see
at
Not
lying,
to
just
me.
not to see me.
No idea. Oh, you know, around.
Yeah, you know,
And there.
around probably.
Okay. You okay?
It's been a long night.
Tell me about it. I mean, there I was just coming out of the chow hall, and this big, I don't even know what it was. This skeleton thing is right there, and then this thing that's got corpses hanging on it, and then there were lights and flashes and sounds, and this big flying freaking lizard. Yeah, it's been a long night.
It's a real bad time to be in the military. I think that if I were you, I would be finding a different occupation.
She's gonna.
You sound like Horatio.
Is he okay?
I think he's in the infirmary tent.
He's alive.
He's alive. Yeah.
I'll have to check in on him. He's a good kid.
Yeah, mostly. He cheats at cards.
Then Kathy.
Now we need to kill it.
Steenie's like, he cheats? That is not just.
So they do. You do have an escort. Yeah, you are.
Of course.
I am not worried about they having an escort.
I am
But
gonna
you
fall
are-
back and be like sneaking.
you
in
are-
through the backside of the
You are
tent, though.
escorted to the commander's tent,
Or what's left
or
of it.
well, what
The
they're
new one.
using as the commander's tent, and you can see that he's sort of going over. You know, he and his lieutenants are, going over casualty notices and damage assessments and trying to figure out how to, rebuild
Mhm.
their group. You do also what's your passive perception?
16.
16. Okay.
Killian's not the only one there.
Others
19?
might be higher, you never
Okay.
know.
Also 19.
Also 19. Okay. Anyone who's passive
I thought I was the lowest. 10.
anyone whose passive perception is over 15. You do also notice that on the table in front of them, sort of the fold-away desk, there is a map of the local area, focused on sort of the downriver area from Lamont Swells, and there are a couple of markers on the map that are indicating where the reinforcing battalions are at last report.
Good to know.
One giant pit.
Who are these men and women?
Who are you guys?
Who are these? Who are these people? as he looks up and sees you.
We're the people who are going to give you a chance to save your men.
And who saved most of them, at least those that are left last night.
Go on.
This is a dangerous place to be. And with the Empire coming apart at the seams, it would probably be safer for you and your men to head back to the capital, or wherever else you decide to go that's not here.
What makes you think the Empire is coming apart at the seams?
Well, you mean other than the fact that the Empress commanded you to round up members of her holy order and execute them after torturing and interrogating them? Or do you mean other than the fact that a giant bone colossus and a corpse collector wiped out most of your garrison last night? Which one of those do you want to use as your example?
Or the natural disasters in Costas.
Or the natural disasters and the riots in Costas, or the fact that, most of the noble families have been rebelling and trying to assassinate the royal family. I mean, you can kind of take your pick at this point.
I don't think it was that last part.
Where are you from?
Around.
You're awfully, I won't say well informed because some of that is blatant lies, but you've got big stories for just being around.
Yeah, it's not really about my stories. Here are the facts. You've got about 150 men, maybe, judging by what I've seen, half of them could put up a fight. It's time you pack up and leave. Now, you can choose to save the lives of your men and head back to the capital, where I'm sure they could use good, loyal men to help keep tabs and quell all of the disasters that are happening. Or you can surrender yourselves to us and spend the rest of your time here in our wonderful city under guard. Or you can put up a fight, and there won't be a garrison left. It's your choice.
Look,
And the 2 battalions coming aren't going to help either. Trust me.
sir, I understand you're doing your job. Genuinely, we understand that. You have orders. We get it. Unfortunately, we are on different sides right now. And you can understand why we can't let you stay here.
There are 7 of you.
So, do you want to do that again?
Not at the moment, but
We
you know that
managed.
giant flying lizard that dropped a corpse collector on your.
Allegedly.
Oh, please.
Just do it. Just do it. Come
Well,
on.
hang on.
We're in a small town.
I know.
Did
There
he-
It
won't be a tent.
only took us about, I don't know, how long did last night take? 3 hours maybe at most?
I was
Maybe a little more.
It only took us 3 hours to deal with what your entire garrison couldn't stop. Are you really sure you want to put that to the test?
Listen to him, Belthor.
He's like, oh.
I'll have words with you later. You've
Nah.
deserted your...
There's,
You won't.
if he hasn't heard yet, then he hears a shik from behind him.
This is the chance for you to save the lives of your men
And yourself.
and to help put the Empire back together.
You've never been a soldier, have you?
I lived my life as a soldier.
Then you should know, as a soldier, part of my job is giving my life in defense of the Empire, in defense of my superiors.
A good soldier would spend lives, not waste them. Your deaths here will just be a waste.
I've yet to see anything. Yes, we may be battered and bruised, but I've yet to see anything from you lot that gives me pause and makes me
Did you
think.
not watch the battle last night? Did you not watch me and
If you'd be so kind.
Come
I
on.
will turn into a wyvern, and just because this would be so fun to watch him shit his pants,
Shink, 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 shink.
I'm
shink.
going to
Soldiers around
roar
start-
of the dragon. So anyone within 15 feet, sorry, as well as you all, will need to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
All right.
Gosh dang it, Brayden.
Sorry.
Hey, we're trying to be intimidating here.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to leave.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so
I
all
don't
of
know what it is when I'm leaving.
so what's
18 is for
Oh.
everyone.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
nope.
I rolled a 0.
You,
So
actually we have to look this up.
I got a 9.
I got 4.
20.
So
Hey,
bad.
that's fair. I mean, even you guys look like you're scared of this thing, so might as well.
But I know that it's you.
It's also a big ass dragon.
that's all on scale of dragons, though.
yeah, but we don't know that.
Do I hear this?
Oh, surely.
Yes,
You're
bro.
I mean, you probably see this tent like as he turns into this wyvern.
No, he's just like a wyvern with a tent hat.
I have my pickles. I'm like, shit.
Good thing you have 120 feet of
Wisdom?
lightning.
Yes.
I do.
Okay. All right, so all of the soldiers who had been like drawing their weapons in response to you turning into a wyvern, drop them and take 5
Good.
long steps back.
Yep.
Good.
Okay, so do I
The-
have to like
the-
use all my action to leave? Like, remind me what
Yeah,
the...
you just spend your turn moving as far away as possible. You don't have to use your action. You can just move your movement.
Alright.
So the commander has his sword in his hand, and as you're roaring in his face, he just kind of. Oh, that's impressive.
While he's doing that,
But he's still got his sword in his hand.
well, as he's sort of reeling back from it, can Killian grab the blade and just snap it?
Yes, please.
My strength is 20 right now.
How good are Costas' swords?
Well, there's more to it than that too, though, because then like, does his hand let go if there's enough pressure, or like?
So yeah, make an athletics check.
Go like.
As soon as everybody had left, I pulled out a pickle and was eating, and I was like, my name's Killian. I'm going to the tent, I'm like, yeah, right now. And it was like poof. I'm like, oh shit.
That's a 28, Keith.
So you don't snap it, but as you twist it, it sort of comes out of his hand.
And I'll just throw it off to the side and be like, last chance. Stand down, and you and your men can leave.
It only lasts for 1 round, so.
It's still 30 feet.
Then I will ready an action to attack the commander.
Me too.
If we leave this ground, we will be back in force.
You can come.
Somebody had to laugh. All of us were laughing on the inside.
Leave my camp, and we will finish tending to our wounded, and we'll be gone.
I think
But we
should,
will be back.
Talk to some of the others.
You have 2 days.
That's generous.
Really generous.
Yeah.
I think what I just started counting.
How,
5
hold
hours.
on. How far off do we think these other battalions are?
We don't know.
Well, we do know we saw their last known positions on the map. How far away were the battalions?
One day.
No, they're farther off than that. They're
Yeah, I was gonna say,
they're
they should
probably
still
about
be-
a week
I
away.
was to say, there should still be at least a week. And Killian's going to turn around and start walking off.
As are the rest of us, because we don't have a choice.
I'd probably gone after 1
Is the
round.
wyvern
So,
gonna be
I
I'm
mean,
just gonna
as-
collect the swords. Like, I'm gonna collect all the swords that were dropped. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
What are you gonna do with those?
Not give them back.
Oh, okay.
I assume we have drawn quite the attention from everyone in camp.
Quite,
You
yes.
How do they...
How's morale?
Yeah.
I mean, morale wasn't great to begin with. And, you know, seeing you, hearing the roar that has shaken people, as you're leaving, they part, and there's just a wide open avenue for you guys. They're not getting in your way at all.
Well, how big is the wyvern?
I believe it's
Huge,
considered
right?
a large creature.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not big, 10 by 10.
Okay, never mind.
Big as a car.
I was gonna be like, it'd be awesome if we all get on the wyvern and just fly away.
Fly off.
Not that big.
As Killian's walking out, he's going to sort of slow down for a minute and just sort of say out to the crowd, especially when he judges he's into more of your regular
Mhm.
conscripts. Your commander has wisely decided to withdraw your force. But this empire is coming apart at the seams. The Empress has declared war on her own holy order, and there are riots in the streets of the capital. Now would be the time to think of your friends and family and return and protect them instead of fighting for an empire that's long past its prime.
Worth noting, he doesn't care about your lives, apparently. He wanted to stay. He would have fought until he saw that.
I'm gonna take up in the air with maybe enough winded force that maybe I can knock a few people out. I'm not,
Over, not out.
He hits them with his wings.
Wham! Knock them over! And then do like a couple circles around the camp and just roar a bunch. Just try and spook the camp.
Phase shift
Okay.
out.
The goal is to let people live, Daniel. To let them live.
Or I see, you know, Karen, and I'm like, what? And I hear like, I'm like, what's going on?
Okay.
And I'll leave.
All right.
I'm gonna go check on Horatio in the tent.
Are you
I will.
bit-
Are you being clear about what you're like walking away from the group?
We are very deep in enemy territory, and we just declared open war.
Yeah, I also have like a whole gigantic handful of swords now.
Well, if you were walking the
So-
other way, then I'm following you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm not being
We'll catch up in a
discreet
minute.
about it, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna check in.
They left me alone. They must really trust me now.
We left you alone with all the pickles.
The pickles were
Okay.
on watch duty.
All right. So
Commander
you,
Pickles.
the two of you are going to go visit with Horatio. Everyone else leaving camp. That is a good place to stop for the night, and we will pick it up.
No,
You've
don't forget.
declared war on the Empire.
Now we just gotta come up with a way to deal with those 2 regiments on their way.
Yeah, all we gotta do is.
Hope you guys had fun tonight. We'll be back next week. Hope you guys will join us for that. Just as a reminder, all of our video content does wind up on YouTube, so you can go check us out there. Just search for Casual Cactus. Casual with a C, Cactus with a K. You'll find all of our back episodes, some one-shots, some stuff that doesn't have anything to do with D&D, some talk about behind-the-scenes stuff. A lot of fun. Go check it out. While you're over there, if you haven't already, do hit like and subscribe. Make sure you tag the little bell icon. You will always get notified when we put new content up. We also run a Discord server. That is the best place to go to keep tabs on our schedule. We are all just regular people. We have busy lives, and sometimes we have to change what we regularly shoot for as far as playing D&D. Sometimes we go, we have to cancel a week. Sometimes we postpone it to later in the week. Sometimes we shift the times around, whatever. Whenever we do that, we will make those announcements on the Discord server. So be sure you're tagged in to that. Basic rules apply. Just be decent people. Be nice. Interact with whoever you want to. But it's there for you guys to keep tabs on us. Also, just a quick shout out one more time to our friends at Wyvern Warfare. They've provided us with several very beautiful burl wood and resin dice trays around the table. Cool guys, Utah locals, and we thought we'd give them a shout out.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. We're just we're just lifting them up a little bit because they're super cool guys. That's gonna do it for us tonight. We will be back Tuesday night, 6:30 Mountain Time. Hope you guys are here for it as well.
Hey, that's right. It is Valentine's Day.
Oh, is it Valentine's Day?
What is Valentine's Day?
That might adjust the schedule. So
Tuesday.
a good reason to keep tabs on the Discord server then.
You know what happened last year.
So that's going to do it for us tonight. Until next time, remember...
Grab your bats and grab your balls!
And if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. Good night, everybody.
Good night.